you guys live happily ever after.
I
You did it.
Puppies for everyone.
Geckos for me.
One of these days, I'll come with a new shtick for the opening of our show. Like I got to come up with a new shtick. I'm vastly disappointed in myself. Vastly. Cast members of Vast. See what I did there? Yes. I promise this is not what the show is going to be like today, guys. I promise.
Well, then I'm leaving.
Oh, and we lost Jody. So welcome back to another episode of Eric's TBD RPG, the show where I don't get to choose the name of the show. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, because we have had a few newcomers, this is an anthology RPG show where we play an RPG to a full story arc and then close it out in an epic fashion and then go into another RPG. Not like Foreververse, because they kind of jump like Quantum Leap style. We play contained stories and then we move on. And right now we are in the dead middle of a very intense game of Doctor Who. Things have been getting really intense, which we will lead into the recap here in a second. Yes, indeed. But first, we have fan mail, which is wacky. This is a wacky time. We have fan mail. This is from Emmanuel Martinez from New Jersey, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to pop this thing open and hope
New Jersey's
to
not that far
God
away. I don't know why I got excited about
it's
that.
not like a Dalek time bomb or something.
Good things do come from Jersey.
I mean, because that would, anything Dalek I think would be bad. That's just generally speaking.
Don't send Daleks.
Don't send, yes, leave the Daleks at home. So let's open this bad boy
Don't
up.
leave the Daleks at home
Telling
either.
people
Daleks
to
nowhere.
Send you Daleks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it? Am I good?
Don't send
Okay.
us $1 million. That would be bad.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's more. This is, yes, indeed. All right.
Not wearing an extremely warm thing that you have to take off halfway through the
Yeah, I
game.
know.
I'm very
I'm actually in the
disappointed.
process of completing the Doctor Who cosplay stuff, so I can bring that in and wear it for realsies. Because I've got so many. I'm really looking forward to WonderCon because I get to finally cosplay the Doctor at WonderCon.
Oh, yes, and I believe we're doing
I've
a
got that.
panel about space RPGs.
Oh my goodness, yes, we are doing a panel.
Yeah.
We're doing a panel at WonderCon about space RPGs.
That's so cool.
Yeah, with Jackson Lanzing. Okay, what is this? Oh my god, they sent us bubble wrap, you guys!
I love bubble wrap.
That's my favorite thing.
Yay! What? Bubble wrap. Bring
I
it.
know what this
Oh, they
is.
said burn
What
it.
is it?
I
No,
was very
no, we
weirded
don't.
out.
I know what this is.
What is it? What you?
Holy
What?
shiza.
What?
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do,
I don't know what it is.
oh my god, I know what this is.
I have suspicions.
I'm freaking out right now.
You keep
I
saying
shouldn't
that,
have
but
had
we don't
coffee before I opened this. All right.
Don't stab it.
This is inappropriate. I need to
See a
I need to
thing?
do this. So pardon me for a minute because I'm just going to crack this open, but then I'm going to pass it off because it shouldn't be me.
Something.
There's a thing. Thank you, Emmanuel Martinez, for
This
coming
is
up with
very
things.
well packaged, Mr. Martinez.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it needs to be.
A+ packaging work.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Sorry, I'm working on it. I
He's
can already
about
hear
to
chat
melt
yelling at
into
me.
the table with excitement.
This is very well taped.
I think
And my bed.
I am very good with blades. So. Well, you know why? Because when I was younger, I was messing around and I was playing with a sword
Of course you were.
and I still have the permanent scars on my fingers to this day. So
What?
now I'm very careful with blades.
Okay,
This needs.
if I
I'm
had
gonna
this, it would never get
very
open.
careful with blades. No one is more careful with blades than I am. I'm going to pass this off because
What is it?
is it what I?
Should we close our eyes?
Yes, close your
Okay.
eyes. I'm gonna
I mean,
take
we
this
all know
over.
what
I'm
it is
gonna
at
take
this
this
point,
over.
I think, but
Yep.
I
I'm just
don't
gonna,
know anything.
There you go.
Okay, can we open?
Yes, you may open your eyes.
Oh.
That is the sonic screwdriver
It's yours.
of Dr. Amy.
This is amazing.
He made this, yeah. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
whoa.
And it lights up.
there's a note too.
I have feelings.
Read
There's
the
a
note.
note. Do you want to read the note,
note.
Amy? Read the note. I didn't realize there was a note.
This is so cool.
Do you want to?
This is the coolest thing we've ever
do we
happened.
have a crying cam? Can we zoom in? Can we get a? What's it say?
Read it.
Hello, Eric.
Oh, hello.
First of all, sorry about the handwriting, but getting a handwritten letter is pretty cool. A+ confirmed. Yep. I personally love to make things, but I hate keeping the things I make. So I made this thing out of found objects, aka garbage. It does not show. I hope you guys and gals like it. Signed, Fuffy Butt.
Oh.
P.S. In your face, crit roll Kappa.
Wow.
There's instructions to remove the batteries, and then there's how to control device. Figure it out.
Excellent.
Authentic.
So,
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
I'll get in here so you guys can hear me on the mics. I actually commissioned a sonic screwdriver of Amy's design that is still waiting to get here. This is the first time ever the fans have built it faster than the prop department.
It's multicolored.
Yeah. So that's fantastic, but that means we're going to have more than one of them, so people are going to be able to pass them around. So congratulations.
Do you want to steal it from
Thank
me?
you.
I know, right?
Wait, can I just look
Mr.
at it?
Martinez,
That's what I did
thank
last
you.
time. I looked at it and gave it
Why
back.
did I do that? I don't know.
Keep
doing that. You keep
Wow.
just being like, I tried to stop her last time. You're gonna do bad with this, aren't you? Here you go.
That is awesome.
Fluffy Butt, thank you so much.
Thank you, Fluffy Butt.
Anybody
Wow.
else want to see? Because this thing's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh my gosh.
It's so well designed. I hit that button just by instinct. Like it's like
That's solid UI. Yeah.
Oops, there goes my light.
So well designed.
That's
I've
so
figure it
broken
out.
it
Yes.
already.
Yeah, 100% authentic.
That's pretty gnarly.
That is the coolest.
you didn't get
You
to
are the
play with it
coolest.
yet. Do you want to play with it?
Oh,
No, no,
I
no.
see.
That's the Doctor's Sonic. I've got.
Switch the
You just
colours
let other
by
people play with
flipping
your
this.
Sonics.
Yeah.
And then when you cycle
one
through
can
them
see
all,
what you're
you turn
doing.
it back
You know
on.
that, right?
Oh, right. Right, there's a desk in the way. Yeah. Yeah, there's a button to toggle the colours, and then when you've cycled through them all, you just turn it back on.
That's
it's
so
really
awesome.
So
cool.
cool.
That is so.
Oh,
You are
sorry.
so cool. And doing that out of found objects is incredible.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Never. That's the GNS audience, though, man. Like
Right.
the stuff you guys come
Y'all
up
are
with.
the
it's-
best.
I'm sitting here, I can't even make ramen.
I'm clearly not the doctor
weird.
because I can't make. Well, yeah, but it's not working. Oh, I think
And then
Gina
just
breaks
the
it.
doctor.
be toggled. There we go. The button was stuck back there. That's why. I was like, nothing's
Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Oh man.
You got the shape on top that was designed by Matt Olson.
What's that?
Is his last name Olson?
Martinez, I believe.
No, but the designer, Matt Olson.
Yes, Matt
Yeah.
Olson. Yes. With the incredible art,
Super cool.
the amazing art.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Chat wants to see a close-up, so I'm gonna give it back
Oh,
to
yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Can you,
Yeah,
wanna grab
I
that
think
for me?
I
you
get up back
deserve
into
this
that
close up.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
glorious.
So now I can
Oh my
figure out how to
goodness.
use this bad boy. So here it is.
This bad boy is just
And it was a
everything.
split second. I was like, it's a lightsaber? No. Oh my god. It is. Got
What if
far
it
more
is a
uses.
lightsaber?
What if?
Lightsaber setting.
A doctor saber.
Investigation check. Wait, wrong system.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I've got to figure out how to use it the way Gina was doing it.
There's another button.
There's a button
Is
over
this a little
there.
black button
there
down
you
here at the
go.
bottom?
There's a
Yeah.
toggle on one side and a depressible button directly opposite it.
And the person who got it
feel it?
immediately
That's
was
so
the doctor.
subtly
I'm
made.
just
That's really
saying.
cool.
What?
The person who got it right is the doctor. I'm just saying.
Clearly, it was made just for you.
Clearly.
See that, guys?
I mean, aside from the note saying it was made just for you. But
Right.
That
was
us,
a hint.
guys and gals.
I mean, that's pretty wicked.
Guys and gals and other.
It's got all the settings.
Duncan.
That's really cool. I like. It's really cool how you the subtlety of the button on the
Yeah.
inside.
That's
That's
so
really
cool.
nifty. Yeah.
Ah!
That's wacky.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much. That is pretty gnarly.
I'm so glad there's some coolness
We now have
before
our
everything
official-
goes to hell and I die.
Yeah, that's pretty wacky.
Not if I have anything
Max,
to
can I
say
get you to
about it.
pass that
I
back
mean,
to
we
me?
might all die. Let's be
Thank you.
honest.
Okay, well, I guess we should start our episode for our game.
Maybe.
Did anybody have any announcements before we
Did you get
jump
to
into
play
the
with
recap? Anybody have any announcements aside from Jody's announcement that we are going to be doing a panel at WonderCon?
Yeah, I didn't know that was official yet.
Oh, I don't actually. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's official either.
Oh, okay. So we're pre-announcing. Obviously, we're going to get in trouble for this.
Clearly, very bad at these things.
No, it's okay. I just got in trouble because I wanted. There's a couple of announcements for the show that are coming down the pipe in the next 2 months, and I was like, "Hey, Sax, can I tell everybody all about it?" And he was like, "No, we're not there yet. We're in that pre-production like stage, so we don't have anything. But I will say that because of you guys at home, this show has a future. Like we are doing stuff. There are stuff moving that's coming down the pipe. There is stuff moving forward. We are this humble little RPG show that's kind of nestled in on Friday afternoons, where most people are. Stepflink Stampede! Stepflinks! Hey, everybody!
Hi guys.
Anyway,
Now we're Eric's
welcome.
to be continued RPG.
Yeah, to be continued RPG. So I'm just gushing about you guys that are tuning in and watching and enjoying the game. Thank you so much. The Doctor Who universe is so much fun. It's a lot of lore. Everyone's been very forgiving. Of course, I've incorporated my logistical mistakes into the story, so I get away with everything.
That's
It's all part of the show.
strat GMing right there.
What's that?
Wobbly,
That's some pro
timey-wimey.
strat GMing.
Yeah, I was just like, there's no way to study 60 years of Doctor Who lore in the time I needed. So I was like, I know, I'll build the story around that. So.
It's either build a story or build a TARDIS to get the time
Yeah,
you need.
exactly. All right. Well, if there's nothing else that we should accidentally not announce, I'll go ahead and jump into the recap. So, I will announce this. My episode of Signal Boost is up.
Oh,
So
yeah!
if you want to see some really awkward stuff, there is a picture of me from prom in that
It's
picture.
glorious, you guys.
I wanted
It
to
is
dress-
majestic.
I want-
The Eric Draven style
Yeah,
one you showed me back in the day.
No. It's
Please put that up for people at some point.
Are you talking about my
guys,
crow
have-
cosplay?
Oh yeah,
I did
yeah.
that. I dressed as the crow for like 7 Halloweens in a row because I was obsessed.
You have no idea how good that really is, guys. It's incredible.
I covered myself in electrical tape and everything, and did the jacket. I went all out because I'm a big fan. So anyway, but yes, no, it's a picture from me from prom, and I was dressed like Lestat. Although Taliesin tells me Taliesin tells me I've got more of a Louis thing going on. I look more like Hugh Grant that's trying to cosplay as Louis from Interview with the Vampire. That's what it looks like.
There
Anyway.
are worse things than to look like Hugh Grant, Sarah.
He was
suppose
like
that's-
he was like a late '90s rom-com heartthrob dude back in the day.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so we'll jump into the game. Okay, so what's
Hey,
up?
don't get any ideas.
I know. I should.
May have a tiny thing for Eric there.
Our next TBD RPG will be Love Actually, the RPG.
Fantastic.
Oh my God! Someone cheered that off camera. Is that Denise? Oh God! I'm sorry. We're gonna get to the game.
I'll never not love that movie, man.
Now.
It's
right.
got huge problems, but
Yes.
You're not alone in
Bill Nighy is the reason I watched that movie. Okay.
he's so great in there.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the recap now. Critical Role at least has the excuse of alcohol why they ramble in the beginning. We have.
Oh,
we
were
have-
we not
but
supposed to drink for this?
No, we have coffee. Okay.
I have flavored water.
You're like, damn it.
It's already noon. I think it's allowed.
So, to go ahead and start things off, the quick recap. Yes. So the reveals. We'll make this sort of a short recap since we've had a bit of a long intro today. But essentially, the big reveals were getting into this temporal guard's base that apparently they have established here on Earth to both observe, police, and track not only people who live on Earth but Davros as well. You guys took a huge gamble and jumped into the base with Davros, discovering the Ovokali were actually manning the base, who supposedly were extinct, but once again, a big reveal that they were not, in fact, that Sam's character, Roko Kokoko, is not the last of their kind, which was kind of a big thing. They are, however, living in servitude to this universe's version of the very corrupt Time Lords, who apparently are trying to clamp down on everything. So you guys were coming into the space because somewhere in the database of the TG's computer is apparently a hidden message left behind or intercepted, maybe accidentally intercepted by the Gallifreyans who are here, the Temporal Guard. They seem to have accidentally, however they got a hold of it, there's a message from the doctor of this universe who has been long dead now. It's embedded somewhere on the database, and inside that message apparently is vital information as to what the hell is going on and perhaps what happened to the doctor. It's the only information of its kind because the doctor, being somebody who no one really remembers how they died, is being subjected to the same sort of temporal anomalies that everyone's being subjected to. For example, Cillian Rail, who had just reconciled with his cousin, Mickey, the Mickey. And Fan also rightly pointed out that in this reality it should have been Ricky, but it was not. Because,
Maybe at that point, like Ricky was just so used to being called Mickey, he was just kind of like, whatever.
yeah. Well, again, this universe is not obeying the rules. And that was made apparent when, out of nowhere, this new guy, Alan, who was always Mickey apparently.
For any Brits who might be watching, you could say they've taken the Mickey.
Mickey.
I was going to make a whitewashing
that
joke.
one
That's
for
way better.
weeks
That is
now.
way better. So,
We had
yeah.
a Mickey and we had a Finn.
So essentially, this universe
Oh
is
my gosh.
rewriting itself all the time, and that was the big story reveal from the last episode. Our last game, it was revealed after you scanned and got more information and learned all that you could. What you were able to hypothesize, Doctor, is that this universe is actually in its death throes. It is going through the death process. The reason why it's rewriting itself and contradicting itself is because time and space is essentially trying to get its balance. Like it's almost like if it was doing a handstand on a high wire, and now all of a sudden its elbows are kind of giving out and it's about to flop over. Think of it like that. The universe is desperately trying to keep itself centered, and so it's basically rewriting things to keep itself. But it's in a process of entropic degeneration. And that's made apparent by the fact that Mickey up and vanished, and nobody from this universe ever knew him or knew that he was here. Which, of course, led to the revelation that anybody from this universe is probably going to be subjected to the same random rewrite, including little David, who was born in this universe from your clone, your half-human clone, and Rose Tyler from your universe. So, anyway. The final scene, I know, Gina's already getting. We're not even, this is like Up. We're not even into the damn movie yet, and we're already like, oh God, no.
Yeah, Eric.
Don't
yeah,
touch
we
that
are.
mailbox.
I know. Yeah. Arrival pulled the same bullshit. Like, you're 10 minutes into the movie and you're sobbing. You're like, why would, like, give me a moment, for God's. I just opened my bag of Sour Patch Kids, and I'm already, anyway. So we left off last game. There was a mad dash. You had made it to the computer console in the headquarters in the main command room, the CIC, so to speak, the Command Information Center, and Combat Information Center. Everyone's correcting me in chat right now. I have this image of chat in my head every time I'm talking. Stop judging me.
Look what you've done to him.
What's that? Everyone's so nice. I don't know where I'm coming up with this. But there was a mad dash. You had Davros with you at the time.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that Davros wanted to get his hands on that database before anybody else. He wanted to get blueprints. He wanted to just absorb as much Time Lord information as he possibly could because of his secret plot. His secret, not so secret plot to basically give rise to the Daleks again. Thinking quickly in what was looking like an impossible situation where a death ray was about to start annihilating people, Finn managed to leap forward and activate Davros's vortex manipulator and send Davros wherever the hell.
In the
back
most
to the Black
badass move of the entire game so far.
This, of course, is all happened after you guys discovered another Time Lord in this base.
Yeah.
Imprisoned in a cell as a mysterious Time Lord that's only been referred to as the Prisoner. And although there are a lot of suspicions that the Doctor is acquainted. The Doctor has been acquainted with this Time Lord for some time in another reality.
A version of me knew a version of you, maybe. And now we have to decide if we can trust you.
Lots of theories, and the Prisoner has been very dodgy about being open with who and what they're doing and all this other stuff. Only thing that has been revealed is that the Prisoner has been tortured, and for whatever nefarious reasons, they have tortured this Prisoner to death at least twice, and 3 times, and which has led to this Time Lord's regeneration. So basically, every time this Time Lord has died, they've harvested this Time Lord's organs while they were still alive as part of the torture. And then when they regenerated, they tortured them some more and then did it all over again.
I don't like these guys.
Yeah,
They're mean.
the amount of extraordinary horror that this prisoner has gone through. That was another revelation, I think, to reveal to the Doctor is you've heard of Gallifreyans doing some pretty demented stuff. But this is kind of off the charts. You've never heard of Time Lords doing anything like this. This Time Lords, when they are cruel, they're Time Lord cruel. They do things that are beyond the typical comprehension of other races. This is straight up barbarism. It's base, it's disgusting, it's horrific. It's unlike the Gallifreyans that you've ever met. So, the scene where we pick up is moments after you've sent Davros back to the Black Archive. The moment Davros disappeared and there was a moment of elation, you heard, "There they are!" And at the back of the room, at the top of the staircase, were 2 temporal guards with rifles about to take aim. We are starting this game in combat.
Yeah.
As the 2 TGs are going to drop to their knees, and I'm telling you all right now, they're opening fire. They're making themselves small targets at the end of the staircase, and they're going to aim and fire. And I'm going to go ahead and just randomly pick who it is that they want to kill. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And
You
the other
rolled a
one,
6.
they really, really, really seem to be focused on killing the prisoner.
Oh.
That's not shocking.
It's almost like seeing all of y'all, they look right past you and eyes widen, and they both aim right at you, Jody. They
Gee,
are
it
going
sure would be nice to have a weapon right about now. I do have
that great scene from Firefly. Gee, a grenade sure would come in handy right about now.
I do have quick reflexes though, so that means
That's going to
I
be fantastic.
I should. Is there anything here I can hide behind that's not a database full of information?
You
that
guys
we-
have plenty to hide. There is the central computer bank, which is right behind y'all, but there is multiple computer, I almost picture it, it's almost like a miniature version of Mission Control at NASA.
Planets.
So,
Moment to be excited.
yes.
Planets.
By the way,
Okay,
quick
back.
aside, if you get a chance, follow the Rogue NASA account. They're brilliant. It's amazing. I just bought a shirt from them, and all the proceeds are going to all these great, anyway.
I like Paladin NASA a little better, but
Paladin NASA?
Druid NASA.
Okay, I walked right into that. I was like, Paladin NASA. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with, yes, there's plenty of places to take cover. So we're going to go ahead and start the initiative. This will be your first combat, Doctor Who. So this works completely different than any other RPG system. Because rather than rolling for initiative, you only roll for initiative when there is a tie in stats. When it's the turn, and you guys are rolling off. In your case, though, you have quick reflexes, so you automatically are going to win if there's a tie in stats.
Okay.
Which is how you got to that computer console before everybody else, and probably is why they're aiming at you because you're accessing it. By the way, Gina, you are closest to these guys, which means you have the clearest shot, but you're also the most out in the open. However, this round they're not shooting at you. So I need everybody. So this is the way it works. So at the top of the round, everybody announces their intention, what they want to do this particular round of combat, and then we go talkers, whoever's talking first, then runners, then doers, then fighters. So so we'll go ahead and we'll just go down starting with you since...
I am taking cover.
Okay, so that's a doer action. You're throwing yourself very smart behind... all right, so you're going to do that. What are you doing, Cillian?
I think I'm going to do the same.
Kind of taking a cue.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
guessing
gonna
this
take
is probably
cover.
what it's going to be like going down the table.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're really in a position to really hit them this time if they're,
It's going to be...
small targets and I have...
Sword.
They're just making themselves a harder shot.
Yeah.
You can hit them, but it's going
Yeah.
to take some precision aiming. It's like dropping to the ground kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doctor.
I think I'm gonna doer. I'm gonna try my neutralization. I gotta take out those weapons if I can.
Okay.
Do you really need to ask what I'm doing?
I have come to identify the murderous smile of Gina. It looks like a normal smile, except for it's held just a little bit longer.
Wait for me to shine.
Yes. Also, probably the only person in the room right now equipped with a weapon that can counter their weapons too is
and
you.
some other things.
get a story point for a weapon?
Yeah,
a
I've got a
Yeah,
weapon.
you have a modernized weapon rather than your flintlock.
You have a Glock
Yeah,
9,
I
if I
do.
remember correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, something like that.
Something like
yeah.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
told those kind of pinch a little bit if you get them in the face, so that's good.
Yeah. Roka.
2 questions. One, I remember last week there were 2 Ovacali in the room.
Yeah, there are 2 scientists. They're not in the line of sight right now. They're kind of off. So if the room is kind of like dome-shaped a little bit, and you guys are against the far side here, and back here is the staircase, over on the side are 2 Ovacali who were who were in the middle of doing their work and are watching the 2 of. I mean, they're completely out of the firing
Yeah.
range, but they are staring in shock.
And between the end of the staircase and the CIC, is there a door of any kind?
between you guys
Like
and
a
the staircase?
blast door.
No.
Okay.
Oh, you mean to seal off the staircase from?
Right. I
Yes.
mean, you'd think the CIC would have one of
Yes,
those.
yes, yes. It is secure. It's a secure. You do see a control panel and the obvious makings of the you know what I mean, like the frame of a sliding metal door. You definitely see that.
So then I want to do. I think I'm gonna take a crack at that panel.
Rocco.
So the panel is across the room. You're going to be running towards the TGs.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You're running past the TG?
No, towards them.
Toward them.
Towards the danger.
Wow.
Okay.
They're not shooting at me this round.
No,
I have one round to give it a crack.
No, I think Finn is worried about aiming around you. Is that about right?
I have no worries that I will hit Rocco. I'm just.
Okay. All right, so that's the intention. So we're going to go down. Now, normally we're all just so impressed because Ryan right now off camera, Glitterlord is moving a massive piece of Critical Role set by himself. It's amazing.
it's
this whole
nothing.
wall.
Wow.
My goodness. Anyway.
I do declare.
Anyway, so what we'll do is I am going to take a -2 penalty to one of the TGs, and the TG is one of those TGs is going to change their action
Oh no.
No.
as they see Rocco running towards them, and one of the TGs is going to fire at Rocco
Hi.
as they're running.
Hello.
So, let's go ahead and start. So, talkers, there were none. Doers, this is pretty straightforward. You don't have to roll for anything. You basically throw yourself behind this console, slamming into the cold floor. Duncan, Cillian does the same. The Earthman collapses next to you with a shocked expression on his face. And I'm guessing you're pulling your gun out as well?
Yeah, on my next turn from behind cover, I'm going to
Okay.
start.
Cool. Okay, so that's that. So next up is going to be Doers. Doctor, you are watching. You see what's about to happen. There's about to be an explosion of violence in this room.
I can't let that happen.
So go ahead and what are you trying to do? You're trying to deactivate their
I
weapons.
was successfully able to use my Sonic to neutralize guns.
You were last
their
time.
guns earlier. But
Yeah, last time because of the Gallifreyan tech, you were actually able to use that pretty little Sonic of yours to completely manipulate the technology and disarm them last time.
I think it was a.
So this is going to be an ingenuity tech roll, and I'm going to get you your bonus. You do get your tech adept bonus, and the difficulty is going to be 27.
Oh. Our story points haven't refilled, have they? We're still in the middle of this.
Not yet, no, because we're literally in the middle of the scene. So get clever on how to get story points back.
Yeah.
I hoarded them last
But I'm
Um,
going to spend one right now for 2 extra dice.
Okay. It's very likely, by the way, I am going to probably award Rocco one because they're making a heroic dash
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
the danger, which is very Doctor Who-y.
You want some more dice?
Thank you.
Um,
So I'm down to 4 story points.
immediately.
Yeah. All right. So tell me what you get. Make
But,
a good roll. Yeah, it's a
so
steep.
that's base
This is
13.
the highest. This is the highest difficulty I've ever thrown at you guys.
Base 15.
Okay. So you got a shot at this. You got a real shot at
Threw
this.
a 28 of this last one. It is 26. Oh. You took major.
That's 2 TARDISes.
That's very good.
That which and a Dalek, but 12, 13, 14, 15. Plus my 15, 30.
30.
Wow, you did it.
Dang.
So, 27.
Now, does it work on both guns or just one?
Well, you got the difficulty level by 3, which is the ratio to make it a success, but. So you're gonna get one of them.
Okay. Do I get to pick?
We probably should have specified, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume you would have as the doctor, and I'm just gonna assume because I'm merciful that you're gonna pick Rocco's. Is that correct?
If it's reasonable for me to
They're
have
both-
detected the actions that you got undercover and you headed across the room, then yes, I'd like to say that I wanted the one.
Yeah, Doers.
Because they've already moved, right?
No, Rocco's coming after you because they're also doer. Or no, I'm gonna say you're runner because you got to get there.
Yeah.
So Roko technically would have gone before you.
Okay, so I saw Roko head into the middle of the room and did my like desperate gesture.
There's no question Roko is going to be an easier target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Roko's going to be a lot closer, a lot bigger.
Fine, I've covered.
Okay, so yeah, that's going to activate. So then we're going to move on to doers.
Please
We
only
already
have
did that.
one gun.
That was the end of the doers round. So now we're in the fighters round. So Finn, your murderous smile, Gina. It's so pretty and evil.
And she's so nice in real life.
So let's do.
she
So
wants
what's your
us to
coordination?
What's that?
What's your coordination?
A million.
Only
A
three.
million. You act before the. What is
Three,
it?
yeah.
3. Okay, they're actually gonna go
Fuck
first.
you. Okay.
You see, Roko, for a split second, you think you might see your life flash before your eyes as this Gallifreyan. You've looked down the barrel of a TG before. You've never been this close. It was a gamble, but you realize the last second as this TG maneuvers her rifle towards you, you're gonna die. You see it. It's a split second. You almost have a moment to process that shocking fear, like you're about to go over a ledge and fall to your death kind of thing. And the moment you see it and it goes click and nothing happens as that trigger gets pulled back and you see sparks go off the side and she drops the rifle and starts and screams at you. The reason why the difficulty was so high is they weren't going to fall for that trick twice. And yet...
Yeah, Lucy, pulling that football.
So there's a moment, and you just like charge right through. And at about that moment, the other weapon discharges, and they're going to get a huge penalty to shooting at you. But there is a chance. They are going to. So you are going to basically make your coordination. This is going to be
Awareness coordination.
awareness coordination.
That's why I bookmarked that.
Nice.
And you're going to get a +6 to this.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to make their roll here.
Good roll.
Yeah. $24.
20. You very much beat them. Yeah. This thing is set to auto fire, so the moment you jump behind that, you hear like these bolts of green energy spray across.
Across what?
Across the room. They just kind of slice upwards as this Time Lord just kind of takes it straight up like this, as the recoil from the rifle just kind of bucks him back a little bit. It's eerie how quiet this rifle is, and yet the impact of the blasts, these lasers as they're impacting on the surface, is very loud. As they're slapping sounds and technological like electricity playing across, as the energy output and well as the entropic energies that they're using is devastating. However, you notice it does not damage any of the computer behind you. It doesn't look like it damages any of the walls. So as it splays across, you see sparks fly, but nothing seems affected. And that's going to be their action. And now there is a very murderous looking out of time pirate with a cybernetic arm holding a very... so what are you going to do? Are you going to end life?
We'll see. Okay, so where are they in comparison to me, and what are they doing right now?
All right, so look at this from a 2D sort of Super Mario Brothers
Yeah.
point of view. So you guys are sitting over here, and they're on this side, right?
Yeah.
Except for they're at the base of the staircase. So they're kind of poking up, like in a kneeling position.
Okay.
The doctor, everybody else is right next to you, except for
Roko.
the prisoner and Cillian, who are off to the side behind a
Oh.
counter. Roko is mad dashing towards the control panels, basically trying
Okay.
to pull what you did with Davros but with a door.
Right,
And
right.
then so Roko is kind of dashing a little off to the side, so you do have a clear line because they're running towards the
Are
door
they
console.
close enough to grab or only to shoot?
Only to shoot. They're probably about 40 feet away.
Okay.
They're just within short range.
Okay. Then I shoot them.
There is going to be a -4 to the roll because they are hunkered down.
That's fine.
At the Finn's like, good. I'd have been disappointed if I didn't have to aim.
Thank you.
All right, so go ahead and make your roll.
Okay.
I have not rolled for them yet, so let's see. All right, tell me what you get.
What am I rolling?
It's going to be, as always, it's going to be a coordination and marksmanship.
Yes.
18.
Nope.
Ooh.
Nope, you hit that. Again, Roko, blaster bolts flying past you as death. You recognize the shot from Finn's gun. Finn's gun does not fire the way their guns do. Their guns look like basically assault rifles from the future as they're piling across. Finn's little pistol, the flintlock that she fires, is like a small cannon on the end of her hand. And you hear it is very much not quiet. When that thing fires, it bucks back as it always does.
Yeah.
You hear this, all of you hear this sound as it fills the room. The Ovocali at the other end, at that point, they drop to the ground as the gun bucks. And even the TGs at the staircase kind of flinch as this massive blaster bolt does damage the wall. It leaves this huge blackened mark and a smoke, like a trail of smoke coming up from the seal. What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I just wanted to know how damaged.
Oh yeah, no. If that had hit a car, it would have probably stopped it in mid-drive. Like if you had shot that at an oncoming car at like 40 miles an hour, the car would have stopped instantly.
It just would have.
It's that kind of impact. It leaves an indent, like an indentation inside the steel. Because I remember you and I worked out your gun. It's your gadget basically.
Yeah.
So, you know what we should do though, moving forward? Because aesthetically, we've been using that cool little scope that automatically comes down off the side. Moving forward, we should incorporate that into the gun as part of your aiming. So like if you aimed, you would get a bonus to it, you know what I mean?
I'm okay with that.
Since you've got a big scope on that thing. Yeah, we should do that moving forward. I'm Lynn so why don't we say this? If you, whenever you're using that at more than short range, like if it's medium or long range, I'll give you a +2 bonus.
Okay.
It wouldn't apply here because you guys are
No.
short range, and so we'll keep it. But yeah, but we should add that on there because that, if I remember correctly, we invested a lot of story points into that little bad boy.
We did.
Do you have a name for it? Your gun?
I don't have a name for my gun.
Think about
yet.
that.
I will.
Maybe you should name it after your ship, just like old times. Something. I don't know.
Which one?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. There was the Abigail. And what was the other one again? Saucy Jack.
The
You captured the Abigail,
You should call it the Saucy
captured the
Abigail.
but then we renamed it.
Oh, that's right.
I named
Yeah.
it after Erica's character,
Oh yeah, Piggy.
Piggy, but she was something else.
Yeah.
What was her actual name? Or the one she was pretending
Oh,
to
I don't
be?
remember. Although I could look since
I
I've got
think
the character sheet right
It was
here.
Patricia or something like that.
Yeah.
It was Patricia.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that round. We're starting at the top of the round here. So their intention here, the TG whose rifle has shorted out, she's going to pull back and start trying to make a repair on it quickly.
Okay.
The other one is going to change the target, obviously, from the hidden prisoner who's behind the console. And yeah, Finn, definitely going to aim at you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
okay with that.
Identified the other threat in the room.
Finn is like, come thou at me, bro.
Bring your pretty face to my axe.
Ready. Bring it.
So that's going to be their action.
They're shooting.
One of them is shooting,
'Kay.
and the other TG is making a quick repair to her rifle.
We can certainly try.
The other Ovocali have decided to throw themselves at the ground.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good choices.
And that's where we're going to take this. So, what's your intentions? We'll start with you, Jody. What's prisoner doing?
She's going to look at Cillian very, like, kind of wide-eyed, slightly, like you can tell she's kind of a little freaked out by this, not like the sort of normal, like, Time Lord la-di-da craziness, and it's just like, may I please have the sword?
Pretty, please.
I don't know why, but that reminds me of that terrible quote from the movie Broken Arrow with John Travolta. Do you remember that movie?
Never seen
I was
it.
thinking of the Golden Child.
Oh, that one works. May I have the knife,
Yeah.
please? No, I just remember this moment in that movie where John Travolta's character goes, "Would you please mind not firing at the thermonuclear weapons?" It's kind of like that same, "May I please have a sword now?" Okay, so that's going to be a talker. So that's what you're going to say. So Duncan, what is Cillian doing?
I'm firing
Yeah.
at the one who's
Give him some earth love.
Yeah, I'm firing at the one with the still the still working weapon, I guess.
Okay.
That's the more important
The one that's actually aiming right now? Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
The
they're-
other one's easier to hit, but the one with the gun's more dangerous.
Well,
so-
the one that's easier to hit, is actually harder to hit this round because instead of aiming, she is going to pull back and get her rifle. So she's basically, it's like she's turning around and going down a step on the staircase to fix her rifle. So you can still see her, but it's like her shoulders up kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you doing, Doctor?
Can I tell anything about the mechanism Roko is heading towards and whether it would be helpful for me to, like, that's a fantastic idea and I'd like to back them up?
She is.
They.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, I'm sorry, Roko. I thought you were still talking about the Time Lord on the staircase.
Yeah, sorry.
So yes, Roko's running towards the. You're asking about the.
I'm asking, like, does it look like a simple switch? Like, having watched Roko and been like, that's a brilliant idea. I want to
With
help.
your tech level, I wouldn't even have you roll for it, Roko. They are definitely running towards the mechanism to shut and lock the door.
And does it look like it will operate in a simple way or that they could use backup?
It looks like it's sort of. Maybe this is just cheap of me, but I'm picturing the door mechanism from Star Wars. So
what I
it's
was
like this
picturing.
little
We
gray,
all are, for some
this
reason.
little gray like
Yeah.
wall panel with a big red button in the center
right.
of it,
You want
and like a
to be
data
able
pad
to
thing
seal it
up on
from
the side.
inside very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the outside that you want them not to
Right.
be able to get in easily.
Yeah. So it looks like it'll be
But
pretty
it
easy to
might,
operate.
if I do smash the thing, they have a code. They could try to open it. So if you want to try to
Open the blast door.
not
Open the
do
blast
that at like, you could also
I
do.
sort of want to chase you and lock the door,
If
essentially.
you
Yeah.
want, if you want, Roko, it looks like they're going to be able to close the door, but that's a very good concern. You don't know if they're going to be able to lock the door.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm not sure how to declare this, but I think
So,
as a doer action, I
it's a
want to
doer
back
action.
Roko up on this door thing.
so what
'cause
you can
that's a
do,
brilliant-
is because Roko's closing the door, and that also is a doer action. So what you can do is let Roko go first to close the door, and then you, as your doer action, can lock it.
I do have slow reflexes though, so I go last within an initiative order. So I'll be the last. I'm the last doer.
Oh,
usually,
so you're gonna
by
have to.
rules.
So okay, then thank you. Gain a story point. That means what's going to happen is Roko is not. You are the way this is going to time out.
Yeah.
Is that by the time Roko reaches that door, you're not going to be able to lock it for them until next action, next turn.
All right. But I can throw myself in front of Roko.
Well,
declaring.
you can use your Sonic from
Oh,
where you
okay.
are to
Okay.
possibly lock it. But the other thing is the timing issue, because of the distance between the door and the staircase, it may not be a problem. Because those Time Lords are going to have to get up and run over to unlock to open the door again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to come down to, can you lock it in time before they can open it again, kind of thing.
Okay.
So it'll be close.
Yeah. But that
So you don't have to
still
use
makes,
your action this round on it. You can use it on
Yeah.
something else,
So,
Yeah.
like.
I mean, I probably should just try to take out that other gun. I feel bad going back to that well, but I really don't want them to shoot me,
Difficulty
guys.
is 27.
Last time.
I know, but I had to burn a story point for it, and I've only got 4 left.
Wait, your Sonic. Doesn't your Sonic have 2 story points?
It does.
Da-da-da!
Yeah.
Your Sonic
Right.
Screwdriver has 2.
Burning it again.
By the way, Gina, your cybernetic arm also has 2 story points.
Yes, I know.
but talking.
Just
will
making
go
sure you knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Good
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
We're just
I don't know. I just got really excited. We're just
Are we
declaring
still-
action.
What's that?
Sorry.
Declaring?
We're just declaring action.
My
yeah.
bad.
So I'm guessing Finn is going to kill. No, what are you doing?
I'm charging.
You're charging.
Are you just
Okay.
gonna run right
Don't you go out that door.
That's gonna
See,
turn
I
you.
don't know your plan, guys.
That's
so
gonna turn-
See me
okay.
going for the
You're such a
thing.
good gamer.
What do you think I'm doing over there? You think I'm charging?
Oh no, I don't pay attention to the actions you do. Just the guns pointed at you. So sorry, but I'm running.
I'm gonna give you a story point.
Thank you, because I'm tapping into hothead because
Hot-headed.
my thing didn't
Yeah.
work, so I'd be like, ugh.
These.
Good thing I'm. Oh, nice.
Good save. Sorry.
I thought you hadn't had the quick reflexes trait.
Amy, why don't you lay it lengthwise so it
But
doesn't roll off?
I will do before you
There
will
you
run.
go.
So I might
Are doers
close.
before runners?
Yes.
Okay, then
So I
yeah.
might end up
Yeah,
closing
we'll
the door
see.
before you run. Before you actually.
no,
get there.
runners
Correct.
goes before doers.
That's what I
Oh
thought.
shit.
So Finn's gonna actually get out that door.
It's okay.
But Finn's gonna gain a story point for that. For sure.
And yeah,
Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Okay. So yeah, so here we go. So talkers, nobody's talking right now. Oh, you are. Yes.
Yes.
What do you? Oh, that's right.
I
I'm
am
sorry.
trying to
asking
convince
me
him
for
to
a
give
sword.
me the sword at the very.
Making an impassioned plea. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll get around to it, but you know, we can't hit him with a sword yet, so.
Okay. So this resolves basically with him going, yeah. So the next step is going to be runners. You all watch helplessly as Finn, missing that shot. Finn, you see the expression on her face shift, and you, Doctor, you've seen Finn in the sword fight. You watched Finn fight that captain. What was his name again?
Ambrose.
Ambrose. You watched him. You watched Finn fight Captain Ambrose. You've seen that look before. Finn fucking charges forward, stampedes towards the entryway door. Finn, you it was only 40 feet. You make it easily from where you were standing. You make it to the door about the same time Roko is going to be arriving to close it. Because of slow reflexes on Roko's part, what basically happens, you all watch as Finn runs out the door and the door goes and slams shut. I don't know who to feel sorry for, to be honest. The door slams closed
Don't feel sorry
with
for
this
me, baby.
giant metal clanking sound as it collapses. And holy crap. Then that's the runners. So doers.
The doctor was.
The doctor, you were gonna deactivate one of those rifles. That rifle is no longer in your line of sight as the door comes slamming to a close. What's up?
But the doctor goes before I do because slow reflexes.
Goes before you, but not before Finn.
Yeah.
Oh, but you closed the door.
So Finn's
I have
That's
to do
right.
that because I'm a doer.
That's right. So what you can so
have a
this
shot
is
at it.
you're right. So the order the way this would work was just before that door closes, you actually still get your action.
Yeah.
So
But I can see Finn running out the door, so it's suddenly even more
so then
important.
let me put it this way. This is a really important role.
Yeah.
So before this door closes, you're actually going to get the action to deactivate that rifle. Make your roll. The difficulty is 27.
Finn, stop!
You think you hear the doctor shouting? Not really
impression.
I hear
registering.
shouting. It's in the background.
It's more like, don't worry, I'll save you.
Yeah.
All right, doctor.
I
Make your roll.
heard the disapproving sound.
Good, because you're getting rather a lot of it.
I rolled 2 Daleks.
Oh,
Let's
no.
do that. What's my 15,
Uh-oh.
20, 22, 24. I'm gonna burn a story point to up my level of success to a yes, bud.
So 24.
I'm gonna be out of story
Yes,
points
that
really
will
soon,
change
guys.
it from straight up failure to a yes but.
Finn, stop!
Okay.
I'm down to 3.
Down to 3 story points.
And 1 on the sun.
Okay. Finn, stop the shouting. The rifle, you think you deactivated it successfully. The last thing you see before the door closes is the TG changing target, lifting the, well, they didn't change target. You were always the target, but as you're approaching, you see this small grin on the TG's face as the rifle comes up and then the door closes. You're not entirely sure what the outcome is as that door comes slamming to a close, which means we are going to be, and that at that point,
We're out of combat.
no, at that point we have Cillian who was going to open fire.
Oh yeah.
The door closes and just slams closed, just like in Star Wars. Just and
Good job, by the way.
What?
you can take a negative
not
2
a good
if
job
you
at
want to
all.
do something
No,
else
I'm not
because you're
okay with it.
changing
No,
your action.
I'm not okay with this at all. We have to open it up. We have to get her out.
Yeah, obviously that's a waste, but I can't really help with the door thing. I have no tech skills, so I kind of don't know what.
You could hand me that
else to
sword.
do. I could. The other thing is, I was thinking about trying to look around for something else for you, like some other kind of
I know
weapon.
you know you're okay. You're okay.
In fact, yeah, that is what I want to do.
Okay.
You say that would make me take a -2?
Well, if you're gonna roll for it, because remember, this is this is another prime example of where you could use story points to alter narrative.
Yeah. And
Because remember when you were in the belly of that
Yeah.
reality beast, you spent story points to just find a wire inside the wall.
Yeah.
Here
I'm
you
gonna
could-
I'm gonna do that same thing right now.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's gonna be. I'm gonna say that's gonna be 3 story points if you want.
3 story points.
If you
That's
want to.
cool.
What are you doing?
Finding me a
I'm
weapon.
finding her a
Oh,
weapon.
finding you a weapon.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I was like, why are you finding a weapon? You have one.
So the prisoner is like, "Can I please have a weapon?" You
But with a much
you
cooler
lose
voice than that.
you lose your line. What's that?
But with a much cooler voice.
Yeah, much more like gritting through the teeth, kind of like I think it's okay if I have a weapon now, kind of thing.
Yes.
What happens is you're aiming, you're hearing that, and you're shouting in your ear. You lose your line of sight as the door comes down, and as you look back at the prisoner, you kind of like exasperated, throw yourself back against this control console that you guys are behind. And like, where the hell, like, are you gonna give, like, what, you want the sword? Like, this is sort of exasperation as you throw yourself back, and as you hit the side of that control panel, you see this open up to your right, and as you look, you just see 2 pistols
Nice.
on a rack.
I am taking both of them.
On a rack.
Thank you very
Cillian,
much.
you
I'm
practically get the words out, like, where am I gonna find? And then they're right there. This kind of opens up on the side. It looks like it's probably for an emergency, kind of like if they're ever invaded, kind
It's
of
like a
thing.
holdout blaster.
Exactly. It's exactly what it is.
So now
they
she's
look very
better
futuristic.
equipped than I am.
Yeah, there's 2. You're gonna,
Can
there-
she take both of them? How does her know to work?
Yeah, she can take both of them.
Okay.
But it'll have to be on the next turn.
Yeah.
Because now we're moving into fighters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, but. All right.
This is a new round, right?
Nope. This
Oh,
is,
it's fighting round. It's fighting round.
I got a yes, but on disabling the second gun.
you got. So, TG aims again. You've looked down the barrel of a TG rifle a few times before. You've even been grazed by one. You know what these things feel like. So there's that moment
One
of.
shot my arm off.
Yeah, there's that you remember very well. However, because you are a woman of extraordinary passions, in that you just want to fucking kill these things, the rage. You kind of have. I always like making movie references. What's that movie? Is it Reign of Fire? Do you remember when Matthew McConaughey threw himself off of a tower to attack a dragon? He was
Yeah,
gonna die.
yes.
He just went, "Ah!" It's kind of that same sort of bring it on
Yeah.
kind of mentality. So you.
I imagine this is when I'm still mid-stride. But
Your last
I'm
football
still
is just
technically
hitting.
going.
Yeah.
Because
that
there's a
TG,
thing I'm doing.
the TG levels the gun,
Yeah.
pulls the trigger, and you see sparks off the side as nothing comes out.
Okay.
And then you are shot. unless you can roll an awareness coordination roll. Because the yes but
Well-
was that I spent a story point and the other TG whipped her now functional rifle around and shot at you.
Spend story points, please.
close
please
break.
don't
No,
die.
hang on.
Please
Okay,
don't
yeah,
die.
I'll spend
Please
story
don't-
point.
All right.
Yeah, I know you also have to, but
Yeah,
please don't die anyway.
No, it's okay. I am not worried right now.
That makes one of us.
Don't say that!
Go ahead and make your roll and tell me what you get.
Okay, I'm super not worried.
That's nice for you.
What's that like? 24.
How much?
24.
She got you.
Okay, well then I still activate my motherfucking force field. So,
Okay. So let's.
so what's
Have
the
we
damage?
told them that your gun arm got awesome?
My gun arm is awesome, guys.
Wait, you have a force field?
Yeah, I have a force
A
field.
force field?
What's it do?
So basically,
It's your toughness trait, right? It's gonna half the damage.
No, it's my major trait. So basically,
Oh, yeah, you also have
it
toughness.
takes any hit down 2 success levels.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
That means they're.
Power gaming saves lives, kids.
Okay, awesome.
Literally.
So you are gonna, and plus you've got the tough.
Plus the minus
trait,
2
right?
damage.
That's tough. So
Okay.
Yeah.
8. You take a body shot as this thing impacts, but as you see the rifle coming up, your instinct, it's that same grin that the TG was flashing as they were about to open fire on you, you kind of reflect back as the rifle levels and you see these green bolts of energy fly out and they just impact on this waving field. That's your arm just lights up suddenly. And you take 1 point of damage to your resolve.
okay. fine with that.
and which is miraculous because they were about to do some serious.
I know.
Time Lord, these rifles, they don't have a damage rating once they hit good success and extreme success. For those of you watching at home, Combat and Doctor Who, just like the show, when you hit a certain level of technology with weapons, there's no point in rolling damage. It's like set to kill on phasers.
Yeah.
So
it's like my
exactly.
flintlock.
So to explain it to you guys at home, basically there's 3 numerical values, and it'll say like 3, 4, 6. And those are the numerical values. If you kind of hit, you definitely hit, you hit really well. And so it scales up. With weapons like these, it has a numerical value, and then the final 2 values are just L, which means lethal. You just die.
You don't get exterminated like a little bit.
You just die.
Super die.
So these are those style of weapons, just like your gun. However, you dropped it a success level, plus you had toughness, so you turned a shot that should have probably killed you at near point blank range into a graze, which, I'm not gonna lie, you see that very familiar look on a TG's face of, oh.
This is my favorite part.
They realize they're dealing with someone not quite as human as they thought.
Do they recognize me?
Ooh, let's find out. That's right, you've got the
Either
wanted
of
trait.
us,
Yeah.
actually. We both have wanted.
Well,
Oh, I
they,
wanted too.
the tricky thing
did
about
they
Roko.
recognize-
What's that?
Sorry.
The tricky thing about Roko is you shapeshift all the time, but there is also a lot of Ovakali in here. And not to be
They
racist,
all
but
look
you
the
mostly
same.
look the same.
Great.
Speciest, I should say.
Gallifrey.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Yes, one of them recognizes you. And as she lowers her rifle, she goes,
But you have heard of me.
okay, top of the rounds. Lots of unknowns. You guys don't know what's happening on the other side of the door, but you
Yet.
all did hear weapons fire. So we're going to start. Talkers, runners, doers, fighters. So let's announce intentions, starting with you, Jody.
I am grabbing those 2 pistols out of
Both
the...
of them?
Yes, both of
All
them.
right, so what are you going to do, Duncan?
I'm running to the door.
Okay. Doctor?
I am also running to the door.
Okay.
I thought you were already there. from
No,
last
Doctor
time.
was sonicking from across the
Oh,
room.
that's right. You did that instead.
But I
Doc-
assume I can't open it from a distance. I would like to
It
sort
would
of.
be an action. But you can.
I
You
can
can
open
sonic
the door
that thing
from over
open.
here?
Oh, yeah.
All right, in that case,
Then I don't.
and
have to do what I thought I was
would
gonna
it
do.
would it cost an action to sort of shout like Roko, take cover? I'm not sure what's the
No.
normal course of like. And I'm not trying to like do
No,
a command
I would
roll.
say-
I'm just like
I
talking
think
because things are
the
happening.
thing is
like,
talkers, the talker action is more in the terms of like if the TGs were about to shoot and you guys would wait, and then pull the Doctor Who monologue,
yeah.
and then you know what I mean.
Mike,
Pull the Jamie Dodger up to the
Yeah.
to the Daleks and have your monologue moment. That's for the talker action,
Yeah.
and usually that requires like. That would be your action, and then it would depend on what the outcome of that was. But since you're actually just shouting out, that's not your action. Yeah. So you're gonna run to the door and, or you're gonna sonic the door.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're shouting to Roko.
Yeah. Just,
Don't lock the door.
Well, just generally like
Roko, wait.
Roko, take cover.
Okay.
your
All right. So that's what you're doing. Finn.
Now I'm fighting.
Okay. Fighter. All right. And Roko.
I will follow as the doctor says.
There's also the fact that locking the door now is clearly a bad idea, as your other half just ran through it. And
Oh, the only question is whether I would open the door myself or whether I would just use clairvoyance to keep an eye on what's going on.
Yeah.
Those are the only possibilities in this space. I'm not
I
taking
haven't shouted for help yet.
that. Well,
All right. They.
Could
need
be
to be
your
in a
dad.
situation where you need
course
to.
not.
The
force
deactivated Time Lord is going to the one with the deactivated rifle is going to make a quick repair.
Yeah.
The other one is going to stand and open fire again. So then let's go ahead and start with talkers. We have none. Runners,
Am I still last in the fight order?
because they have quick reflexes.
Oh. Why do
Yeah.
I have that?
No, but you can buy it once we do.
love to
Once
buy
we
it.
ans-
Yeah,
once
you're
we finish.
distinctive now, so you have a
Yeah,
fighting
once we
round.
get to the end of this particular story arc, I'll let you guys burn some story points for leveling up, so to speak. because you all have been through the friggin' ringer. And that includes you, Jody. Technically, your character, the prisoner, has... You can level up your
That is
ouch,
not.
I-
That
hurts
is not
ability.
technically. that is literal hell.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Over and over and
I done
over.
got
Yeah.
messed up trait.
The WTF trait.
Yeah, exactly.
I have an idea.
Okay, so talkers, then we're gonna do runners. We don't have any, oh wait, Duncan, are you running?
Yes.
Yes, you're running towards the door.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's what you're doing this action. You basically get up from behind this thing as you see the prisoner. Don't really have time to be worried about that.
Yeah,
You're just gonna assume
she's
that
doing her thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're just gonna
I gotta
assume
go.
that she's got this handled. So
My buddy's on the other side of that door. He's gonna
runner-
die.
yeah. So that's so then we're gonna go into doers, and you have quick reflexes,
So yeah, I'm
prisoner.
just
So
taking 2 pistols.
it's been a long
I hate
time
putting you
since
all
you've
back in
held
danger,
a
but we need that
Time
door
Lord
open.
Gallifreyan
For real.
death pistol or whatever this would be called. But you
I
pick,
like death pistol.
yeah, you basically pick up
just
these
gonna
two.
leave
You're
you.
you're
Okay,
you're
fine.
John wooing this. You basically pick up these
no.
2 pistols and look at them, and you have that familiar feeling of these guns in your hand. It's been a long time.
And for a moment, I feel like myself again.
Great.
That's reassuring.
The doctor's like,
I'm so glad we
happy
rescued you and I
for
are gonna
you.
get along. You're lucky I didn't pay attention to what's going on back there.
Yeah. So you are now very armed. Let me go ahead and give you the stats on those pistols, just so you can have it available.
Armed though.
Although for the record, Jody, you only have 2 arms in this reality, so you can't.
Yes,
have
I
more
know. I
guns.
only have 2 arms in this game.
So just write this down: 4
4.
/L/L.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because it's Time Lord.
Oh crap.
Time Lord Tech. So
Oh man. How come I didn't get those? That sucks.
I'm a Time Lord. I get Time Lord guns. You're a human. You get human guns.
Wait
That's how
a
it works.
minute. Why did I let her have both of them?
This is not fair.
Those were my story points.
I found them. I should have let you find them yourself.
Here, you take the Glock. Okay, so that's doers. Rocco, you're taking cover.
Yes.
See, not happy about it.
No.
Rocco throws themselves to the floor, assuming that all hell's about to break loose. Well, even more than it already has. That means we're cutting straight to the fighters. Wow, we've gotten pretty fast at this now, guys.
Did I successfully open the door?
I wouldn't have you roll for it. If you guys closed it, I'm gonna say you opened it again.
Great.
Zzz, and the door goes sliding back open.
It closed, we heard gunfire, and I immediately like, Sonic it back open.
Yes. As you open that door back up, you catch this is happening.
Okay.
So the other Time Lord pulls his rifle up like this and begins to like sort of re-energize it by pulling back sort of like the hammer on the end of it,
Yeah.
on the side of it, the cocking mechanism. As you
The one
see
on
this,
my right.
yeah.
Okay.
The big guy, the burly shouldered guy, the
Not the girl.
woman who said your name is going to open fire on you. You don't have quick reflexes. She does.
Got it.
She's
So which one is firing?
the one that just shot at you last
The
time.
girl is firing or the boy?
She's to your right.
She's
And,
over there.
and
okay.
the big burly male is right in front of you.
Okay.
And she's off to the side.
He's the
so-
one that just shot me.
Yeah, she's gonna shoot at you again.
Okay.
She's the one that just shot you.
Yeah,
She's
y'all
the
are.
one that just shot me.
Yeah, she's gonna shoot you again. So I need you to make an awareness coordination check. Actually, you know what? 1 second before we do this.
I think
Yeah.
he's still fixing.
Spend all of the story points always. Please don't die.
Just keep breathing.
Always.
Just keep breathing. Just keep breathing. What do? We breathe. Resisted by awareness and coordination. Yes. All right. Here we go. They're going to make a shot.
Okay.
Roll terribly.
So let's see. Okay. So go ahead and make your. They're rolling. Oh, that's marksman. Sorry. So go ahead and make your awareness coordination check. As you are attempting to dodge, you are going to be at a penalty.
I'm always at a penalty.
Or no. I'm sorry. So let me add 2 because I'm penalizing you by giving them a bonus because the range is so short. So let me just retotal that 1 second.
Does
Okay,
she get
go
a
ahead and make your
penalty
roll.
for being afraid of me?
She doesn't
She's
look
the one that recognized me.
everything you know about TGs is remember they're fanatics. They have almost no fear.
Oh,
Yeah.
bummer.
Yeah. So go ahead and go ahead and make your roll. Your awareness coordination roll.
Okay, I'll put one more story point.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, that's what was going on over there.
I'm glad. You know what? It's hard to have ideas when you're not alive.
We'll see. We'll see.
So yeah, tell me what you get.
That's not better than last time. 21 again.
No, she misses you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Even at that
But
close
not even
range. Yeah, basically, you guys. But. It's a yes, but.
After the force field knockdown?
It's a yes, but even with my force field?
It was a miss, so you're not deflecting damage.
Oh, okay.
You're actually. I'm
Well,
gonna
if it's a
spend
miss, then how is it a yes, but?
because she rolled very close to your target number. So
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was your target number again? 20. It was 20.
21, I think.
21. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So she fell within the. Oh, I'm sorry. Not a yes, but it's a no, but. Sorry.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
was
Sorry.
like,
Sorry.
oh,
That's why you were
yes.
confused.
For
I was like,
two
what?
failure?
Yeah. It's a no, but.
Two things.
No, but she didn't succeed, so this wouldn't even activate. 'Cause
Okay.
She doesn't technically
Yeah,
hit.
yeah. Gotcha.
It's a no.
But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend a story point here, and I need. Let's see. No. It's going to be okay.
What you doing?
Even
What you
what's going
doing?
on?
Don't know
Doctor,
what's there or
I need
if
you to
it's
make an awareness
important,
coordination
but,
roll.
yeah.
Uh-oh. What?
Awareness
Coordination.
awareness coordination roll, and I need you to give yourself a +4 bonus to this. It's awareness coordination. There's wild rifle fire exploding into the room, and the doctor's running towards you right now. So it was between Cillian and the doctor. So I'm giving you. So I spent a story point to activate it to see if there was any residual damage since it's wildfire and auto fire.
Right.
So go ahead and make your awareness coordination roll, and add a +4 to it
8
because
plus
they did
4.
fail, so they shouldn't get a bonus to hit you.
12.
Yeah. So this will probably. You just have to beat their target number. You're probably going to beat it.
12 plus. Ooh, 12 plus 11.
You're fine.
23.
But you do, as you're running in this thing, you see the fire open up and you duck your head down as sparks explode all over the ceiling, raining down on you as you're kind of running through the gunfire. This Time Lord basically just tried to kill Finn, and as the gunfire erupts across the room, it basically creates like another laser saw going up and across the ceiling. You've run through gunfire before. Yeah, exactly. Missing you, Cillian, it goes wide. You don't have to worry about it, but you are now basically running into gunfire. And next turn, the other TG is going to have his rifle back.
Hey.
But he does not
Excellent.
get anything. However, Finn,
It's my turn.
it's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, what do I do?
Moira.
Okay. okay. So, I mean, yeah, that TG's going down.
Okay.
So, sorry.
Can't stop ya.
But yeah, gun,
Death is your gift.
gun to the face.
Yep. Gun to the face.
Gun to the face.
All right, so make your roll. You're going
Face
to
is
get.
notoriously poorly armored.
Give
Yeah.
yourself a +2 bonus because you're at point blank.
Yep. So it's coordination and marksman.
Yes. Who are you shooting at? The.
Girl.
Okay. Yeah, because she's been kind of on your bad list now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
That
shot
whole
at you
trying to kill you
twice.
thing.
Shot me twice.
Yeah.
So
All
I
right.
don't approve of her at all. Come on, Captain.
but wait. Well, no.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
20.
20.
You tell me I miss. I'm gonna be
No,
so
you
mad.
hit.
Okay.
She does not, but she activates instinctively. As that gunshot, you've seen this before, you've had this happen to you before, as you fire at point blank range, just like you've seen many times in all your fights with the TGs, you see that instinctive, that vortex manipulator light up suddenly. And as you fire a bolt that was headed straight for her face, you see basically time ripple around her, and you see 6 different versions of her just suddenly split off. Like the way that you dodge in the Matrix style, it just goes and like mirror images of who she is. As suddenly time gets split into like 6 different segments, and you watch as she becomes ghost-like for a split second, and the bolt goes right through like 6 different variations of who she is in that particular moment in reality. And
Now
goes,
I'm mad.
and then it goes, and she comes back. But does she come back in one piece? Let's find out.
No.
Because I did, if you remember correctly, I did say that that's how they use these temporal manipulators. But
Don't
they
remember
are,
that.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
But they
there was
probably
a whole thing
shouldn't,
that they
right?
use them in sort of sketchy,
but that they're very
it's
dangerous.
sketchy,
but non-manufacturer recommended ways.
Yeah.
She does not. $2. Whoa. The first time I get to use it and it screws up. So
You get for
It's
blasting.
you watch as she goes, and when she comes back, you've seen this happen once or twice, but as she reforms, her body basically begins to collapse onto itself. And you watch this starting from like her collarbone. It's almost like 6 different versions of herself tried to jump into the exact same moment of time. So picture for a split second a horrific transporter accident
Yeah.
where it's almost like gory, but then it realigns itself, and you basically watch. She just goes. She starts to scream, and the Time Lord folds in on itself. The armor crumples as this almost black hole effect begins to permeate from the center of her chest, and she crumples in on herself as multiple heads basically try to forcibly realign themselves in this moment of reality. And
Holy crap.
yeah, it's horrific to watch.
I
And
love
her
when this happens.
her screams echo down the hallway, and she finally reforms into a single being. But by that point, her eyes roll into the back of her head, and her body looks like it just collapses in on itself. It crumples in and just kind of folds in, and she drops very, very dead.
Now, have I heard this sort of thing before?
Yes.
So I have a good idea what
You've
this
seen
happens?
TGs do this to themselves. You also know that it doesn't stop them.
Yeah, yeah.
It
She's
doesn't
gonna regenerate.
stop
right?
them.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to.
No, that was just me going, it doesn't stop them.
Yeah, no. This is why TGs are known to be fanatical and slightly insane. Because when these things malfunction, they die, regenerate, and come right back into the fight.
man.
When these things malfunction, it doesn't seem. It's like having a bomb constantly strapped to you, but it's worth the price of admission if it means they get to kill the enemies of the Time Lords, kind of thing.
How many story points would we have to spend for this to be her last?
That would be a big plot twist.
I don't have
I would
nearly
say-
that many points.
I would say that's probably about 7.
Oof.
If you wanted to pull something like that off. The other option is, you know, that if it's not her last regeneration, she is about to regenerate. And
Like
anybody,
in one turn?
huh?
Like in one turn? Like
She'll
next
start.
round she'll be awake?
Not next round, no.
Okay.
Right now, her crumpled body has hit the stairs and is now going to slide down the staircase in its
Oh,
armor.
okay.
And the other Time Lord just finished. The other Time Lord, by the way, doesn't even react.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
even look at her to see if she's
Yes.
okay. He just finishes repairing
Yes,
the
yes,
rifle and
yes,
is aiming
yes.
at. Is
Can
going to aim
I
at you.
spend a story point to grab her vortex manipulator and gun? As she's sliding down, because she's not holding it anymore.
That's it's gonna be more than a story point.
How much?
That'll probably be. I'd say 2.
Sure.
Not that bad.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good spend.
I'd say 2
Good
story
spend.
points. Now the temporal manipulators when they're being the vortex manipulators when they're being worn by the TGs, they're part of their armor plating. So you know what I mean. It's part of the uniform. They're
splinched
built
out.
in. You guys have pulled them out.
Yeah, yeah.
And have equipped them to yourselves. But essentially, what you're gonna have to do to get that off of her is remove that section of the armor, which isn't. It's all piecemeal together. So you can do it. You know how to do it because you've done it. But you can stop her from going down the stairs and grab it. But it'll take you around to detach it from her.
Even with 2 story points?
2 story points is what I'm letting you. If you burn those, I'll let you catch her to stop her going from down the stairs. Well, see no, I think what I would have you do.
Because I imagine the gun dropped, and now she's sliding down the stairs.
She's sliding down. But here, the thing I'm factoring in is it's going to take. So you're going to have to reach out, grab her as she's sliding, fighting the body weight, detach that thing, and get it off her, all while in the time frame of this other guy about to shoot you next round. So what I would say is, yes, I'll let you do it, but I'll let you do that, but I'm probably going to give him a +2 bonus to shooting you next round. Or if you want to spend, if you want to spend more story points, we can just say you ninja the hell out of this thing.
How many?
I'll bargain with you.
Okay.
If you want to spend 4 story points, I'll let you pull this thing off.
4 more or
No,
4
no,
total?
just 4 total.
Done.
Okay, cool. Then, then we have a deal. We have an accord. All right.
See, it's funny because you're a pirate.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, what happens is he sees what you're doing and he goes and expertly you reach down as you see the slide, because the thing is when she begins to die, you've seen this before, you know it's about to happen, and your eyes immediately go to that vortex manipulator. You grab it, and as she's beginning to slide off the stairs, and instead of being dragged down with her body weight, you just reach underneath and flip that switch that you're so familiar with. It unlatches the part of the armor, and you just pull that thing, pop it off as she goes tumbling down the staircase.
Cool.
And now it's in your hand, and you're making eye contact with the other Gallifreyan who's watching you.
And the gun.
Yeah. Kind of surprised that you knew the ins and outs of their armor to do that. But yeah, now you're holding another vortex manipulator, which is going to be handy for the one person in this party who didn't have one.
You guys are
She
spending
does
all your
now.
story
Yep.
points to get me stuff. I feel so loved.
But this is
I
also a
just
fully
wanted mine
functional one.
back. I didn't even. That wasn't for you.
Well, you can give me a
You'll get
shitty
this.
one. I don't care.
Besides, all of yours are one uses now. Remember?
I know.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
why
That's
Okay.
why you want it, yeah.
All right. Well, that was an interesting round. Starting at the top. So let's go down and announce intentions. This guy is going to engage you in melee combat.
Oh.
Basically, what happens is when he sees all of this happening, he stands up and pulls his rifle up, and you see a blade at the end of the rifle go. It just slides out, this really wicked-looking blade.
Like gun
Okay.
sword.
Yeah, kind of like that. Also unusual for Gallifreyans. Their technology, they don't need to rely on stuff like this. He probably custom-made this rifle himself. But you see this arcing blade come sliding out. You know, and like some rifles have that grenade launcher at the bottom. His has this tube that just seems to eject this miniature sword that just slides out from underneath the barrels of this gun. He's going to attack Finn in melee combat this round.
I'm guessing from my distance with people like in the way and the guy, the TG in close quarters combat with Finn, it's not going to be very easy to get a shot off at him.
You could try. Again, story points could do it.
I'm going to go back to the database.
Okay. So we have. So that's you're going to be. What are you doing, Duncan?
Firing.
Okay. Okay. How about you, Doctor? As the chaos continues. Yeah, you watched something pretty horrifying just happen.
Yeah, well, and I don't think this is going to be effective, but I think that, like, I'm so horrified by what I've just watched happen and what the Gallifreyans have become. Like, I know this isn't going to work, but I'm a talker this time because I just have to get in this guy's face and ask what they've done to themselves and how they can do this.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's in character.
Gina. Okay.
Rocco.
What's Rocco doing?
Rocco is also talking this round. After you, naturally.
All right. He is going
Good time cop,
to.
bad time cop.
He is going to. The TG is going to attempt to murder the hell out of Finn. Finn. I went into Tron there. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah. So talkers are up first. Doctor, what are you going to say?
What have you done to yourselves? I'm you now. What have you done to yourselves? What? How can you do this? What's become of the Gallifrey I knew?
So in keeping with the Doctor Who episodic, the way it works, in this, basically the sword comes out and there's that moment of pause where you just run forward and say all of this. The TG gives a reply that you expected, Finn, and you, Rocco. All he says is, I serve the council and the Lord President of Gallifrey.
What's your name? What was your friend's name?
We have no names.
How can you have forgotten who you are?
We never were.
Damn.
And now, so shall it be with you. Roko, do you want to chime in here? You got a talker action as well.
That is intense, man.
And the worst thing that a temporal guard could do would be to disappoint the council, which is why, if this database is going to blow, as it is now set to do, then you will be the utmost of disappointments to the council and to the Lord President.
That's a bluff.
Damn right.
All right, you're gonna try to bluff this, huh?
Cha.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, so this is gonna be presence and convince
Yes.
versus his resolve and ingenuity.
All right.
So roll it and tell me.
Let's give this a bit of story point, shall we? May I borrow your dice? Cindy?
Yes. There you want me to do?
Thank you, Nana.
That's a man.
That's 12.
Roko's going for the gamble.
12 plus 10 is 22, plus 6 is 28.
28. You fail, but even with the 28, because I also spent a story point, and you're talking to zealots.
Which is why I tried to talk on their level, but yes.
But it's enough to get him to hesitate.
That was all I wanted this to
Yeah, he's gonna hesitate.
be. You know how we do.
Yeah, I do. Distract, murder.
So what I will do, so what, 28 you said?
Yes.
Okay, so he's gonna take, this is like marked, it's not actually damage, but he's taking a few points down from resolve, because you've kind of caused him to
He's
hesitate.
wavering, yeah.
So you don't succeed, but you see there's that moment of hesitation. So what I will do to reward that, this round I will let you, I feel like, what would he do? I feel like he would probably, you know what, I know exactly what he's gonna do. You see, he says, well, then I best make sure that all of you die as well. And you see the blade at the top of his gun. You see he depresses a button, and the energy clip that fuels this gun, you just see it pop out suddenly, and he catches it in his hand.
Oh, sorry.
Not entirely sure what he's up to, but you see it depress out, and so he's got it in his hand. So you're not sure what he's up to, but he can no longer fire this weapon as long as he's got the energy clip out.
That's like making a bomb or something.
Yep.
And he's like point blank right next to Finn.
I know.
Yeah, his action hasn't changed. He is going to try to attack. Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How blast proof are those blast doors?
Yeah. But Finn, I'm going to give you, because of the hesitation, as a result of that roll, I'm going to give you a +2 bonus to your dodging attempts here.
Okay.
And you're going to need them, because I've got something nasty planned for you. So.
Likewise.
Yeah. Oh well. Fine. Okay. So that was talkers. Wow. We finally had a talkers round.
What do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not going to fight.
Eric, can I argue that was a playing of my last of my kind trait?
What did that give you?
Well, I'm
negative
not
trait.
sure if there's like a mechanical thing to it, but I figure I'm not actually the last of my kind anymore, but it does sort of interfere with me, like, looking at other Gallifreyans.
The thing is I feel like you would still get bonuses from that, because
when traveling alone, depression can affect everything the character does, imposing a -2 penalty on every action unless engaged in combat. At particularly bad times, the game master may impose this penalty even when traveling with others, like when they're reminded of a situation, adversaries,
Doesn't
destruction of the
super
home world,
mechanically apply
etc.
here. I just
So then what I would do is, so what we should have done is given you a penalty on the roll, but what I'll do is we'll just say, I mean, in this particular instance, here's the thing, is
well,
like,
he was immune to sort of an empathy appeal anyway, so I didn't actually take a roll on that. I just,
right, did you spend a story point? I don't remember, to try to convince him? No?
was just
Okay,
a talk.
so what I'm gonna do, here's what I'm gonna do. The thing is while that is the technical like description of last of their kind, the thing is I feel like the Doctor's last of your kind thing still applies here, even though you're not the last Time Lord. You clearly are the last. There's no other Time Lord. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the Gallifrey. You're not from this universe. This is not the Gallifrey you knew.
Yeah.
So I would say that mentality, while it may or not be technically true, I don't think that mentality in the Doctor would go away at this point, because these are not the Gallifreyans you've ever known.
cool. So I spent that turn rediscovering my loneliness.
Yes,
Excellent.
basically.
Fantastic.
And go ahead and get a story point back.
Thanks.
I'll go ahead and reward that.
That's worth it.
Might have
So
been.
that was Talker. So runners, who was up running?
No.
Nobody, right? Nobody was running this town.
Nope.
So this is
What did
doers.
they do to me?
You were going to the
Oh,
database.
doers?
were you
Well,
already there?
I was right there because I just took cover.
But you're a fighter, right? Aren't you going to shoot?
No, I'm
Database.
Database.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. You're a doer. Then you're up
Yeah.
next. You get to the database.
So, because I was working on the database before the TGs showed up, and because Uvo told us exactly where they helped hide the Doctor's message, is it possible to pull that out in one turn?
That'll depend on rolls, on how well you roll. I will be a little more forgiving with the difficulty because this is Time Lord tech, and
Yeah.
you're a Time Lord, so you can read Gallifreyan. You were captured when you were in the middle of trying to extract this data, so you have an idea of where it could be located.
Yeah. And then the Ovakali who helped the Doctor hide it told us where exactly it was.
So go ahead and make your roll, and so you have this is gonna be a tech. It's gonna be a ingenuity plus tech roll, and then I'll give you a +4 bonus on this
Okay.
without spending a story point.
I did kind of screw our prisoner friend a little bit because I said that we were setting the database to explode, and now there's someone at the
Messing
database
with the
right
database,
now.
24?
24.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to find it this round.
Okay. Is there any do they
It's-
have little flash drives sitting around or anything that I can?
No. Not really. The only data receptacle that you could probably get your hands on right now is, I don't think you guys. Oh, did somebody keep? Oh, you know what? There are 3. There are the 2 Ovakali who have dropped themselves to the ground on the other side of the room, have data pads on them that you could steal, and
Okay.
then there's the Doctor who has a sonic screwdriver.
Go ahead, try to.
Those are the
talk
2
to
data receptacles. This file that you find, you see the anomalous data stream locked inside. It is in a data pile, essentially, lining up with Gallifreyan code inside this computer. It looks like it's just like a bad coding, but you actually identified immediately as a message. So you find it.
I might yell, Doctor, Sonic!
Okay.
I turn back and see what's going on.
All right, so that's going to be doers. Now we're up to fighters.
Right. That's just me and Finn, right?
Do you have quick reflexes?
No, I have run for your life +1 speed, but I don't have quick reflexes.
Okay, this guy's going to go first.
Okay.
And he is going to have to spend a story point to activate his vortex manipulator.
Oh,
His vortex manipulator.
Yes.
No.
Vortex manipulator plus blasty.
All right, so go ahead and
Sounds
make
like
your
bad combo.
coordination plus awareness roll, Finn.
even if I'm not dodging, I'm just blocking because he's doing the knife, right?
Nope.
No, we put the knife back in and took the energy cell out.
No, he's got the knife. He's going to attack you with the
doing
melee.
Yeah.
So
Yes, it's that.
Blocking or parrying.
so it would be
strength fighting.
It would be strength with fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's way better than
Yeah,
coordination.
yeah. You're way better at dodging. 'cause this is melee.
I'm not good at dodging. I'm better at just being like, nope, bah.
Okay.
Well, you got that metal arm to
Yeah.
block with.
Yeah.
I'm spending a story point.
This guy did
here.
not identify her. So he does not, I mean, he
doesn't
saw the
know.
force field go up, but he's not,
Huh?
he doesn't know what you're capable of physically. So,
So he's
will by the
using
time
the knife,
she's
but he's
done
also
with
in
him.
his other hand
It's
holding
a
the energy
short.
cell.
No, he's basically. Think of it like this. He's using the rifle the way they would do in World Wars, where it's got the bayonet at the end,
Right.
but it's a small sword. So he's basically swinging it around like this and
What's
wielding
the
it.
deal with the energy cell? He's
You're-
holding it in his other hand?
No, he popped it out and slid it into his belt.
Belt, okay.
Yeah, you're not sure what that's all about.
Thanks.
Plus the force field will hold if he succeeds.
21.
21. Okay.
But he
What does your force field
hesitated.
protect you from? It's just energy, isn't it? Like your force field just protects you from being shot at, doesn't it?
It doesn't say, it just says damage.
Damage. Okay, then we're gonna say all damage then.
Yeah.
All right.
What? Oh, sorry, I thought you said no.
What was your? I'm sorry. What was your roll again?
21.
21. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I tried to reproduce all of the text
Yeah,
from the book as
it's
closely as I
exactly
could,
the same. Yeah.
because then we don't have to check all the time.
Thank you for the last of my kind check, by the way.
Yeah, it's because I just have my ability.
Okay. 21.
I really hate looking things up in books. That's all.
I'll save that for in a second.
Oh
So,
man.
so
that doesn't sound good.
you're not surprised at what you see,
Yeah.
but you certainly have never seen it before. Basically, after he finishes his last words and he raises that gun up to like come down on a cross setch, you see the vortex manipulator light up. You see an energy feed ignite, coursing through his suit right into the to the power pack that he has just slid his the clip into basically, and you watch that pack drain suddenly as the vortex manipulator just ignites, and suddenly he goes of him circle you suddenly, and all of them start hacking at you all at once from different time frames. All of them just brutally slashing with this gun as 6 of the exact same TG just basically spread out from seconds in the future, seconds in the past. You guys see a ripple of paradoxical time energy erupt around. Doctor, you've seen this kind of energy before. This is incredibly dangerous. This can actually cause ruptures in space-time. And you,
I've probably seen this before.
Prisoner, you've seen this before. This is insanity. This isn't just defeating your foe. This is playing dice with the makeup of the universe. And he just starts attacking you from all certain angles. 3 of them hit you.
Whoa.
So
3 of them hit me?
3 of them hit you. He attacked you 6 times and he got you 3 times. But they're all just barely hit you.
Okay.
So your force field
Knocks it down
knocks
2.
it down to 2. So good.
And,
And then
I
you're
have
tough.
plus 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So anything success should just fail.
All right, so you're going to take a point of damage to your coordination as he slices your leg.
Okay. My coordination's shit anyway.
It's 1 point. It's just 1 point of
Yeah,
damage. Then you take a point to your strength as he slashes the upper part of your body.
I need that.
Can you go for willpower? Do you have any willpower?
We don't have
I mean,
willpower.
And then another point to your, strength as he cuts the other part of your body as well.
The other part.
The other
now
part
he's
of your
cut
upper body.
Both parts
So
of her upper
basically,
body?
you see all of these slashing attacks. Your force field is pushed to the limits as it ignites. You see for a split second, Finn kind of glows blue as the force field works overtime, as you're assaulted from every single angle. This blade crashing down, a few of the stabs and slashes penetrate. You get a nice gash on your leg, and you feel 2 entry points across your torso. Now let's see if he survives
Yeah.
what he just did.
It's not the first time I've been stabbed and probably won't be the last.
He does not.
Oh man.
Hoisted
Nobody hurts my captain and lives.
hard.
Holy shit. He does not survive his fanatical assault.
This is the most Doctor Who.
I love this.
We don't have to kill them. Their stupid, terrible, maniacal, tyrannical
Their own-
decisions are doing them.
The odds are actually kind of low, and the rolls are just terrible. Daleks everywhere. So the slashing sound, the sort of like, oh my god, as you're watching all of this happen, and as all of the 6 begin to reform, it looks like they don't know which one to reform into. And so you see 2 or 3 trying to reform into the others, and it looks like you watch this swirling sort of chaotic mass. Doctor, you've seen this before. You see like white lightning begin to play across all of their bodies as time is basically dragging them, kicking and screaming, back into a center point. And you watch as each incarnation of himself fights to be the one that they reform into. Disharmony erupts between all 6. And you guys watch an explosion begin to rip. And Doctor, for a split second, you see a very familiar looking rip split in the middle of them as all 6 incarnations of this TG begin to scream, and then you all see it, this time and space rip open into a very familiar looking tear. And there's a rippling effect, and you see all 6 images disappear. And he's gone. And you see that swirling purplish black and massive cloud in the background as a rip in space-time is opened right in front of you guys. And at about that particular moment, you see a golden glow begin to appear at the bottom of the staircase. And you hear as the unmistakable sounds of a Time Lord regenerating are heard.
Can I see it?
Oh yeah, she's completely vulnerable right
I
now.
fire at her.
I'm not even gonna have you roll. In
I just see
mid-regeneration,
that, and I go, and look back down.
it's an execution shot. A Time Lord in mid-regeneration, that's no bueno. You don't come back
Spit
from
down
that.
the stairs. Go back.
She begins to regenerate. You see her body begin to reform. You see her collarbone snap back into place. The skin kind of claws back over it, and all of a sudden her features begin to shift. Hair color begins to change as all of this is happening, and then her torso collapses inwards as you basically blast a hole through her.
Yep.
And then the golden glow just evaporates as that TG is quite permanently dead. And then silence falls into the room. What's up? Is it time? Do we have time? Oh yes, it is time. That's actually a perfect moment. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break. It's 1:45, so we're gonna take a 5-minute break. We're going to be back here in just a second to catch the aftermath and what comes next, what's in the data mining. And we'll see you guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back, everybody. Coming back off of the top of that combat, or at the bottom of that combat. Yes, 2 suicidal TGs apparently. Really bad rolling on my part. I was hoping, especially once I realized.
You did great rolling. I figured it out. It's because we teamed up with Davros, so the Daleks are helping us.
Oh,
It's a weird feeling.
that's what it is. The Daleks and the dice are helping you.
Payback is a bitch.
As silence has fallen into this room, you see 2 Ovocali peeking up over the control consoles and staring in shock at everyone in the room. And at that point, Roko, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm guessing you're bum rushing Finn right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a moment, and I'm going to yank Finn in the room. I'm going to close those blast doors just in case.
Lock.
Ow, 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 ow.
Hey, you stupid, foolish, stupid, brilliant, stupid creature. Don't ever do that. We have one rule. We don't take on TGs alone. You don't leave me alone. Don't ever. Use your words. Just a little bit. I know. Blasting it, just please.
That's your job. That's not my job.
You have to let me know. We work together. Please.
I know.
I was so scared. I was so scared.
I'm sorry.
Please don't frighten me like that.
I know.
Roko,
You did your job. It was my turn now. I'm sorry, alright? I'm fine. Look, it's just,
That is not fine. That's not fine. Nothing about this is fine.
it's just, I've had scars before. It's fine.
Why don't you try to scar yourself?
Sure.
How does that work? Let me take a look at that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right, doctor, it's time for you to do your namesake.
This is pretty simple. It's just, what's your ingenuity and your medicine? Together?
9 plus 3, 12.
12. Then that's the target number, so don't worry. Unless you want to see how
Okay. Spectacular success.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
How well do you
12
patch me
plus
up?
7, 19.
Okay, there's no, you don't really have any ability to give her first aid right now.
Right.
The
Okay.
cuts look relatively superficial. They could have been a lot worse. They are deep, but it was kind of like a death by 1,000 cuts attack. So it doesn't look like anything's too debilitating, but Finn, you've had better days.
Paper cut.
I
Fine.
sort of take some of the moss because I know moss has been used as a bandage, so I take some of the moss off of me and put it over.
Oh, it stings so good.
As you guys are,
Finally a
Completely
shot.
matched.
Come
They
on.
left a rip in space time out there.
Consequences.
They're destroying themselves.
Yes, they do that now.
by the way, when the prisoner says that, and you all look back at the prisoner,
Well-
you see what's up.
I was going to say, between all the feelings and the taking pieces of themselves off to, I'm being made quite uncomfortable by all of this, so I've decided to go check on what the prisoner's doing.
So at about that point, you're going to notice the same time everybody else does. You all turn and see the prisoner standing over by the computer console, which has been completely accessed, and you see the data screen up. She also has holstered to her sides 2 very lethal-looking Time Lord pistols that she's just sort of.
Where did you get those?
Found them.
Good, more blasting.
All right. Well, we've got a tear outside and a computer that we need. I'm so sorry. We're not going to hurt you. To the
The
Ovocali.
Ovocali,
I'm
who,
about-
as
yeah.
you're saying this to the Ovocali, they're just kind of like they're staring at you. They when you make notice of them, you see one of them just kind of like a cat that realizes it's been noticed, kind of dips down for a second, and they don't respond.
I'll go over.
Okay, they're you're in your.
I'm in Ovakali.
Okay.
I shifted after Uva Vrota.
Okay, so oh, that's right. So as you approach, they don't flinch, but they're watching you warily, since you're obviously with them.
All right. I know you were scared. I know none of this is what you expected. I know none of this is what any of us expected, and I never thought I would see another one of my kind. I thought I was the last, but look, we're a little grove of us, aren't we? I know you've been conditioned through fear and so much pain, and I'm so sorry, my loves, for all of that. But we're Overcolly, and we're brave, and we resist. We resisted the Judoon for hundreds of years, and now, with this new and quite scary foe, we need to resist as well. So, I need you to stay calm, and I need you to be with me.
If you want to make a convince roll, and I will give you a story point for that really nice little. I'm gonna say make a resolve convince check.
Resolve convince, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so 10, 7, 19.
19. Okay.
Because I have empathetic, so I can reassure someone who's panicking in the middle of a.
The fear is very present, but after you end up saying this, the impressions you get as a few moments of quiet pass, it seems like they're not terrified by you, but you're not sure they actually understood a word you just said, which is unusual.
I
But they
don't
just
take
kinda-
my eyes off of them and I say, Doctor, we need to disable the implants on the Overcolly, please.
I absolutely agree.
And
I
just
think I
keep-
need. I think I need to find out everything I can. I'm just headed to the database. I'm assuming that's where I'll find out how to disable the things, find out if Uvo's still alive, if there's any sort of like system thing I can tap into, and also see that stupid message and download everything I can.
Yeah, the message is already pulled up, so it's ready to be
And
downloaded.
what have you learned so far?
I haven't played it yet. So.
Okay, so it's up there, but
I'd also
nothing as of yet.
maybe like to
Okay.
see if I can reach into that rift outside and talk to the doctor, but I think the database kind of comes first.
Okay, so you get to the database.
Yeah.
What's the first order of business?
Right.
We need to make sure they can't access the message after we do. So we can just download it and.
First, I want to get everything I can into the Sonic.
Okay.
Just
Following the prisoner's instructions, you easily download the message. It's when you download it, as you're looking onto the readout of your Sonic, it's holographic. And 1 second. Note referral. There's two parts to the message. One of them is holographic, which looks like you will probably need a TARDIS to access it. And the other part looks like it's basic data that you'll also have to use the TARDIS to access.
all right. So I can get the message, but I can't read it till we get back to the TARDIS.
Theoretically, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it looks like. So there's that. What was the other part you were going to get? You delete the message off the mainframe, which is
Yeah.
no problem. You just remove the code.
What I was going to do is see if tapping into the system lets me know if there's. Can I disable the implants?
All of them, yes.
Fantastic.
You switch them all off.
Do I need to roll?
No,
And
it's like an on-off
done.
switch. You have access to the inner security workings at this point of the base, thanks to.
So in that case, there was a third thing,
Oh,
which
what's the third thing?
does Uvo have a life sign still down at the cells? We sent them down to be a distraction, and the TGs ended
Yes.
up. Okay.
It looks like everyone who you guys were tracking in the space is still in the space.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any incoming TGs?
You don't detect any temporal disruptions.
All right.
Besides that one really
Nasty
obvious
one that's at the end of the hallway. That's
Other than that
all of
bit.
reality. Yes,
Yeah.
there's that one.
Maybe we should do something about that.
Right,
Yeah.
we've got what we came for. Let me see if I can't close that rift.
You approach it, it's the same thing you've seen before. And every time you've scanned one of these, it seems to have healed it.
But how did?
Miraculously.
Can I send out our secret dimensional phone number? See if I can get the doctor back.
You can see if you can throw a signal out there to see if you can
I'm
contact.
following to watch this.
I think we
I'm
all
with the
are.
Open the door back up.
I'm just
Okay, 1 second.
against a console.
Yeah, just
Just
breathe.
pretend,
enough.
pretend
Just breathe.
it doesn't hurt.
Heal.
Oh, my brave captain.
I'm tough. It's fine.
Okay, go ahead and make an ingenuity technology
That
roll.
this is fine, my dear.
So you're basically sending out a flare into the rupture to see if you can
14.
get a connection. Go ahead.
Rocco doesn't know.
No, I know. 15 plus 5, 20.
20. You wait for a few moments, and basically, your sonic detects that on the other side somewhere, one of you is probably picking it up and trying to reply, but it looks like the rip is a little too, it's not focused. Like, this was an anomalous rip from what they did, maybe not connected to what you did. Still terrible, but as you're sitting there scanning, you actually, as you're looking for the signal, you see this rip start closing up slowly.
That's the second best option.
It doesn't take it more than a few moments, but once again, miraculously, just from a scan from your Sonic seems to be enough to heal a wound in space-time. It seals up.
Now, have I seen anything like that before?
No, when rips in space-time like this happen, the next step is usually to get as many Time Lords together as possible to repair it, which can be done, not a problem. You've never seen a simple scan from a Sonic close a wound in space-time.
Okay, so I might be looking at you a little weird now.
Yeah.
Right. What do you say we get out of here?
Yes, please.
Yes, and we need to collect the rest of the Overcali and bring them with us.
Can we expend our vortex manipulators to take them?
No, but as you're asking this question, Oval is walking up the stairs and looking at the carnage.
Ovo!
And Ovo just kind of says,
It's just the one Karn.
just the one Karn. Well, there's the blaster marks and there's blood and all manner
I
of...
don't like blaster bits either.
Question.
Ask you a question.
My question is, now that we don't have a crappy broken vortex manipulator, as long as I'm touching the Ovocali, they're with me.
That's right.
So I chuck my crappy one to you.
Point of interest, the space is now uncharted. We could just walk out.
It might set off as something.
We might set off as something.
I mean, the relative safety of vortex manipulator
Don't
versus
trust
walking
it.
out the door is not...
Something
No.
tells me the TGs don't use the front door, so that might set something off.
Can I tell? Am I still in the database?
Zip out and
Yeah.
No, I'm over by the rift, but
you're beginning to realize the wicked machinations of this building. There is no entrance or exit. The only way in or out is with a vortex manipulator. It looks like
they don't exactly have a door.
That's quite a warping
This
of
is
Overcali
their door.
architecture.
Basically what you realize is this place is just as much of a research station as it is a prison.
Right, because it was originally built as an Overcali research station. But
So it looks like it's been modified, but yeah.
It's still... There are some horrors here that we'd rather they not resume.
Yes, can we set this place to self-destruct or something?
Oval just says, I would not mind that. But I don't want to harm any of the humans. It's very important we don't harm the species of this planet.
Is there a way to
I agree.
implode instead of explode?
Ooh.
oh,
That's
you and your
interesting.
blasty
Destroy
expertise.
the inside rather than the structure itself.
They kind of shrug and say, I might be able to do that. It wouldn't go unnoticed.
Well, they might notice a prisoner missing too, so...
On the other hand, we might be able to do something with it ourselves. We did build this place.
Oh.
What are you suggesting?
They shrug and I'm not sure. Never been free before.
Oh, you are now, my dear, and
It might be a shock to the others if we were suddenly thrown out. So perhaps I can help them, and then we can work together to truly free ourselves.
Right. Let's start adapting this and make it TG proof, shall we?
Oh, that would be nice.
Can we go over to the security systems and start plotting?
The only thing that you can probably do to make this TG proof is to use whatever the hell tech that they're using in the Black Archives to keep TARDISes and time travelers from jumping in. So you could probably talk to UNIT.
We have some friends we think we might be able to help.
They nod and say, okay, we'll wait here. And shrugs. But you also see a smile come across their face, and they're just, because we choose to.
This place was yours. It will be again.
I like that.
Uvo, would you like to come with us and talk to make the plans? Or would you like to stay with the others?
I would like to come with you, but I should stay with the others.
All right.
Without me, I'm the only one that didn't take to the enslavement. So it should be me.
We will contact you. Have we got phones? Is anyone?
What's a phone?
You just jump back, basically.
Yeah.
So, exiting then?
Yep.
Exiting the instance?
But when you scanned everything though, you might have been able to find some way of making a line of communication with them.
Can the
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
you know-
it's not going to be a problem contacting them now.
Great.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Just making sure.
That's a
Yeah.
phone call.
Yeah.
Cool.
But, I mean, you're right into taking precaution because eventually, I mean, this base just went silent.
Yeah.
So
That's-
eventually,
Do you know the sort of rotation of the TGs? When's the new?
it's hard to say. Because they jump all the time and because Time Lords regenerate, we never knew exactly if it was the same person coming back or not.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna say one more thing before we
Yeah.
leave it to Uvo. That room where we met before, the storage room.
Shh. You see this shock as you bring it up, and they just say, "Yes,
Burn everything in it.
okay,
Quite right.
okay." And they nod emphatically. Just
In fact, burn anything else you find that's kind of, contaminated with them.
we'll probably disintegrate as fire is
Yeah,
hazardous in
we-
a closed technological environment.
You know how we feel about that.
I don't mean the whole room. I just mean if there's any sort of other rooms with.
Blasty is bad enough. Fire is worse. Fire is worse. Fire is worse.
Understood.
Fire is worse. Fire is worse.
We'll be here.
Before we leave, just really, really quickly, I want to link with the little grove that we have. Just because I don't think they've actually linked before, from what I'm understanding. with
Okay.
Evo.
So
I
you
just-
hold up your hand and your
Yeah,
little
just to make sure
vines.
that they know how to do it.
Yeah,
and
they
this is how
stare
they-
at it like.
There are things that we can do. Wonderful, tremendous things you've never seen. Take my hand and I can show you, and you can show the others. And Roboto, I'm so happy to see you.
They look a little kind of like windy, looking at Peter before they jump out the window, kind of thing, and slowly puts their hand in your hand and kind of stares at you expectingly. And then it's like that great moment from that fantastic Star Trek episode at the end where Picard and Spock mind meld for the first time. And so all of a sudden you see they just kind of are overcome with emotion as they're seeing everything you've seen, including like all the adventures. They're getting flashes of like the adventures you've been on and the choices you've made and this life that you've lived and the people that you've known.
I want to try to shield them from Davros a little bit if I can.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that experience has been buried as deep as you can bury it.
That would be lovely if I could do it.
So essentially this psychic connection persists for a few moments, and what feels like hours to the two of you is only moments as the two of you pull away for a sec and just glassy-eyed staring at their hand and attempts to say thank you, but it's like it catches in the throat, so it just...
I understand. Show the others.
A nod. And you guys are gonna jump back, I take it? Or
I take Finn's hand
guess
before
so,
we jump.
Yeah. Not particularly deep into unit, but
no, well you couldn't, because the
we
room
can't.
the room that y'all were in was designed so you were basically given a doorway to jump out. So that way they couldn't see you coming. You could stealth in the whole bit. So so you guys jump out.
Jump.
You're like vortex manipulator. I really want to try one of these things. You guys, all right. You kind of hesitate, Cillian, because even though it's cool, it makes
Now
your skin.
I've seen what
Yeah.
it can do.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be a gross thing. Do I program?
All right, so everybody equips their thingies, and you guys jump out. You all reappear in the room that you left. Everything looks exactly the way you left it.
What
But
does it
don't
look like
forget-
for the
That's
person
right.
who hasn't been there.
But don't forget, just because it looks that way, it doesn't necessarily mean
Right,
that
so
it
they
is
need
that
you
way.
to help me.
You see Sarah Jane. She immediately rushes into the room which I've described as this big sort of laboratory-looking room that's sectioned off from the rest of the base. And it looks like this big, sterile-looking room that you can tell has been shielded. It looks like an access point for teleportation or anything else like that. For whatever reason, the unit has a space where they can receive and send, but it's a controlled environment sort of thing. It also looks like a room where they probably do a lot of dissecting of dangerous tech. Just off the top of your head, you're seeing that as you teleport in. And as y'all are kind of catching your breath as you immediately reappear inside, Sarah Jane runs up and she looks incredibly excited. You see the reserve fall away and she stops and goes, "Where's Davros?"
Damn
That was
That's a very good question. He attempted to access the database, and Finn heroically sent him away, but we rather thought he'd be here.
No one has returned.
You lost Stavros.
Oh my god.
You what? Oh God.
Right.
Did he take anything?
Is anything missing?
From us? No one has returned. You were the first back, and we've detected no alarms.
Did he take anything
You see all of
from
a
the
sudden, you see
base?
this realization come over her face, and she says, "The unit was stealthed.
What?
What?
We designed these vortex manipulators to not be detected when they were used."
Right.
So you're saying you gave Davros a stealth
Wait,
time vortex
wait.
manipulator?
But there's no way he could have come back. Unit is designed so temporal incursions could not take place unless we gave access.
But you gave him access to leave.
Can we find out where he
He was
reappeared?
with you all. What's that?
Can we find out where he's reappeared? There has to be a signature or something we can tap into.
I
There's
don't know. I
stealth.
guess that would be up to the. Wait. Who are you?
Oh, hello. I was a prisoner. They set me free. Bad things. Don't want to talk about it.
Oh, well. And Sarah Jane looks at you for a moment.
I'd rather like to find out if you've met before.
No,
No?
I didn't realize that there were any captives inside the base.
It's a bit of a long story. I'm
One problem at a time. Did you uncover the data? And the TGs, did they find you?
they did a bit. They're completely mad.
Oh my God!
They're
That's when all of a sudden
also-
Sarah Jane realizes, "Oh, I'm very sorry, medic." She like turns around as you see a couple of people. Martha, who's been waiting,
Yeah.
she goes, "Oh my, look at these," and comes over and
she
says,
still here?
"Right, I'll take her upstairs if that's all right."
I want to hear what's going on first. Can you just slap a couple of bandages on?
Oh, yeah, here, and she goes into
Just
it.
do your work while I listen.
She gives you what you've never seen this before, but you're looking at it and you're assuming it's a painkiller. You all see a bottle of Tylenol being handed. Like, this will do for now, I guess.
Question, how much do I know
do
about
you
like
open
unit
it?
and everything going on Earth at the moment?
You are familiar with unit.
Nobody in the
Okay.
universe knows.
You only know the only thing you know about what's going on Earth is that the Gallifreyans seem to have this bizarre hesitation to engage Earth ever again. You know that they quarantined the planet and they stationed TGs here. You didn't know why until you encountered Davros, and now you're kind of putting two and two together.
Yeah.
But it just seems like a flimsy. You're not 100% sure that's the only reason why Gallifrey's keeping away. But also, your suspicion is that Earth is inconsequential. Like with the Doctor gone, who gives a damn? They were probably here mostly just to monitor Davros and try to get a hold of Davros,
Speaking of, I do
who's
have
now
an
gone
idea.
missing.
Is it possible he reprogrammed it to beam out somewhere else?
course,
There's got to be
he's
some way of finding
very
that
clever.
signal.
But we
It
might
was a
not be able to
one-time
find
jump,
the
so that's a
signal, but
plus.
we could potentially try to find the man.
His technology.
I have clairvoyance.
That
was my character upgrade.
Right.
And your baby.
I could scry. I could look for.
Will it put you in any danger of him
It's well, people.
reaching back through?
It's not like a read. It's not telepathy. It's just taking a bit of a peek. And yes, he might notice that someone's looking, but he can't do anything to me. It should be safe. He might be out of my range. And it would be harder. I could still try. But isn't it worth a try?
If there's no danger, I say do it. And I'm still trying to open this friggin' Tylenol bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
No power in the verse.
So I take out the TG gun, hit the knife button, and just slice the bottle.
Did you take the TG rifle?
Yeah.
The one from the one who died.
Okay.
The one I was holding, yeah.
4
Okay.
story points. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I kept that.
you actually don't really make it that far because as you're trying to get into this bottle, your cybernetic arm crushes it.
There we go.
Fine powder. You just shatters. You watch these pieces of plastic fall out of your hand, and you just clink, 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 clink. New print, little, yellow, different. So yeah, you pop a few Tylenol.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are no the tech to heal on Earth is still what it is. So you're looking at, if you're gonna get healed up with these, you're probably looking at stitches.
Okay.
Stitches and bandages. And whatever some minor healing tech that they've got here.
It's pretty futuristic for you.
That's like how I would get stitched up, except it'd be a rusty needle and like
Finn has
fishing
been,
wire.
Finn has been to the doctor's knife a few
I
times.
know.
Yeah.
Just throw some liquor on it. It's fine.
So what we'll do here is we'll
You
go
want
ahead
some
and
rum?
so we're gonna go ahead and cut ahead
rum's
to
gone.
the next scene where you guys. I'm gonna assume you've got some new clothes.
But I,
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't know if they have anything besides unit uniforms and stuff here. I just
Sarah Jane hooks you up with some clothes to help you.
Probably the nice silk, whatever the nicest thing she has. I think.
Okay, yeah, she gives you. Well, Sarah Jane, it's Sarah Jane, so she gives
Yeah,
you
I
her
know.
power suits and her easy to
Button-down
use
ones.
But there's probably
utility.
at least one nice blouse or something.
There's also there's also, let's see, so then, and you're also in the bay, you kind of get stitched up a little bit.
Yeah.
So those are going to be healing. You're not going to get those back just yet. You'll
That's
probably
fine.
start getting them back over the time. So why don't we do real quick, you're going to try to look for Davros psychically.
Yeah, I get free for within 10 kilometers, and then I can make an awareness resolve to attempt more distant locations.
Okay, so once everyone's reunited, and we're going to say you guys rest for about 4 hours or so. When you reconvene, it's to look at the data. You guys can use this time now if you want to attempt to psychically find the creator of the Daleks.
Take a bit of a look.
One other thing that I'd like
Yeah.
to do is, if possible, get Sarah Jane and sort of look into unit records, anything that I can access. I want to describe to Sarah Jane, who may or may not know. It's so confusing. I'm going to tell Sarah Jane all about the Master and see if there's anything in the records that can verify what this, my suspicions about our new friend and the unanswered question. Even if I'm right, I don't know what she is in this world.
Okay.
So if there's anything in the records that unit has,
It looks like in this world, time has worked a little differently for the Master. Any records that Earth has had in contact with him, it looks like that whole crazy incident where the Master basically took over the Earth
Oh, that got wiped anyway. Yeah.
doesn't look like that's happened here.
okay.
Oh, the one with Martha, or
Yeah.
Yeah, that all got undone.
It looks like that
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah, that did
wacky,
get undone,
that
anyway.
crazy, wacky storyline that didn't happen here. It looks like because when was the last encounter the Doctor had with the Master before the Master reappeared? See, now we're getting into the Who lore. So there was a.
There was the Eighth Doctor.
I think it was the 8th.
Yeah.
I think, and I think that is accepted as canon too.
Yeah.
So I think that would have been the last encounter. But
would've
Unit has
remembered.
very sporadic files on the Master. Most of what they know about the Master is through you, but there hasn't been any direct contact with or heard of the Master for many, many, many years.
But there is like some record of
The
antagonism.
Master exists,
Yeah.
for sure, because there's references.
Okay.
And yeah. And you see a few of his old faces. Which is kind of bringing back a little bit of heartbreak and a little bit of fear upon sight of them, yeah.
And I assume I'm nowhere near when that happened.
Right.
And I sort of picture it cinematically taking place, so as y'all are finishing looking through the database, the door opens and in comes the prisoner and you bleep! Ah!
Hello. Feeling much better now.
What shall we call you?
I don't know. Sometimes it seems like the self-important titles we give ourselves aren't a good fit. But you said we weren't friends in your world, so what would you call
We
a
were
friend?
once, I think.
I'll make up your mind.
I'm waiting on you for that.
I don't know. What's the name you always used on Earth? When you didn't want to give your real name.
Well, you can't be John.
No. Jane? No, she's Jane. Or something like that.
Well, Sarah Jane.
You
But
know. I don't know. What's a good Earth name? You're from Earth. What's a good Earth name?
Lisa?
All right, I'll be Lisa.
it feels so
Alright.
uncomfortable as a Time Lord. You're like, Lisa. How,
Lisa. What does it mean?
How, yeah. What does that stand for?
This is England, baby. Names don't mean shit.
Quote of the game.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa now.
Hello, Lisa now. Inevitable.
Yep.
I just.
Set yourself up for that.
I know Earth names.
Say goodnight, Data.
I'm,
Goodbye, Data.
I'm good Earth. I Earth very well.
All right. So let's do the psychic journey first.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what did you have? Oh, yeah. Let's do that first.
This is just me being excited about data. Every
Yeah,
time I
okay.
do that, that's.
Yeah, I'm just.
All right, Roko.
Worth a try.
You're gonna basically assume your meditation stance.
Yep.
As you sit, everyone kind of gathers around you. Everyone is really paranoid. Thankfully, you don't have the enhancer on you right now, and you're not directly
I'm
linking.
not
You're
going
mostly
into
just
it. I don't
looking
have
around.
risks.
This isn't diving into the
how we
mind. This is
survive.
playing peekaboo. So let's go ahead and it's free for. What do you have to roll if it's outside?
Free for 10 kilometers, awareness and resolve past that, used to view more distant locations.
Okay.
So that's.
Go ahead and make the roll.
All right, so
more than 10
yeah,
kilometers
let's throw a story point at this.
Okay.
I already have to spend 1 to use this,
Yeah.
but
So 2 total.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, because that's a pretty powerful ability.
Yep.
It took that whole upgrade.
You
to
basically
get
get a
it.
scrying spell for free whenever you want.
Nice.
That's pretty handy.
All right. 12 plus 11, I think is the answer. 12 plus 11. Math. 23.
No idea. Nothing. You sense nothing out there. If, with that roll, if he was on Earth, you might have at least gotten something of an echo.
Oh.
Possibly. But it's hard to say. But it's kind of an ambiguous sort of, you're not sure, but you're feeling pretty confident that he is beyond your sight.
Right, I would know if I felt his presence
Oh, yeah.
anywhere.
Because let me put it this way, no one, as far as I know, in history has gone into the mind, into the deep inner psyche of Davros. So no one would be better equipped to be able to pick up that scent than you.
I'd rather think Brighton next time.
You're also not,
Can you pick up
you're,
trait adversary?
well, I mean, Davros probably has it out for you for sure. But you also know that as a species, your psychic abilities are an inborn trait, but you're not a species that's known for their psychic power. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be possible that if you had some kind of link to somebody else, maybe you could help. Maybe it could help you look further, but hard to say. There's certainly no one like that in UNIT.
Well, look on the bright side. He might be dead.
But
No, we could only
Sarah Jane
wish.
says he did get forcibly thrown into the time vortex. It's
And we've seen what those vortex manipulators can do to people.
I'm afraid he's never gone long.
yeah.
What does that mean? Can he
there's-
regenerate as well?
Not exactly. He's not a Time Lord.
Does he
but
have
he's
a-
resourceful?
Sarah Jane
Does he have
says
a
he has
bunch
this-
of Horcruxes or something?
Sorry.
What's
what?
Oh.
You said something about a hot. No, that's different.
No,
Oh.
very different.
Did you stop and read Harry Potter at some point in your 11 years?
By the way,
No.
total, I know we're going off the
Oh.
rails here. I decided to retake because I kind of blasted through it the first time, and I keep getting Ravenclaw, and so I decided to be serious and focus and like get my Pottermore thing straight. And I am Gryffindor actually.
Yeah, you are.
Gryffindor.
I'm a
really are.
Ravenclaw.
I thought for sure I was Hufflepuff.
beyond
I thought for
measure.
sure I was Hufflepuff.
I'm a Gryffindor.
Have you seen
I'm
me
Gryffindor.
make my way through a player's handbook?
What's that?
Sure you're not just a Griffin Puff?
It'd be great if I was Gryffindor
Yeah.
or a Huffledore.
Yeah, you. The Huffle is strong in you.
I just go Hufflepuffy Gryffindor.
You're a
Yeah.
very big
I'm the
Huffle.
Neville.
Neville.
Neville's a very good thing to be.
I can't
Okay.
believe you lost Davros.
Look, it's better than him having all of the technology of the Time Lords to make a new race of Daleks with
has
imbued with
Time Lord
technology.
Yeah, he has a
has
vortex
He
manipulator.
didn't make it that. Well, he has that,
But he
but
didn't get
but-
what he
he
needed
has
for the
that
base.
already.
Yeah, he didn't
Fuel
get
the
to the
reasons.
terminal.
Remember that vortex manipulator only had one more use in it too. He does have the tech, but it's no longer functional.
It's not the tech that would make a new hybrid race of
No,
Daleks
but-
that would.
It was the
He was
info that he
basically
was
given
after.
free access to go anywhere he wanted without being caught. So for all we know, he's on Gallifrey right now, getting as much information as he wants.
But you used his
I
last
don't
jump.
know. I don't think he'd do too well if he
used his
went
last
to
jump to
Gallifrey
send
right
him.
now. There's a reason I'm not
control it.
there.
Clearly, he set a
Yeah.
destination. that's
Yeah,
not
if he
here.
set, I guess he doesn't really have feet, but if he set down on Gallifrey, he wouldn't last very long right now.
And when my Grove is stronger, perhaps we could use our collective power. They're still very new to
Alright.
their own abilities, but
Right, Sarah
perhaps
Jane,
collectively at some
Right.
point
We'll
we
need
would
your
be able to
help a
locate
bit.
him.
We've not only entered the base in London, we've retaken it. They're keeping the Overcolly as slaves, but we've freed them. We've disabled the implants they had, and we've promised the help of UNIT in
course.
securing it against further TG incursions.
Yes, of course, absolutely.
You must take the best care of them. You must
Yes.
ensure nothing ever happens to them, ever.
They've suffered.
How do we get back inside the base though?
We can call them. They'll probably let us in.
They'll take my calls.
It had no entrances or exits physically, but it is possible.
I mean, we can
We'll
go
work
in
on that.
anytime we
You
want.
oh, she notices that you have a brand new vortex
Yeah.
manipulator.
I missed it.
Oh, well,
You know those aren't good
Sorry,
for
I
you,
get
dear.
know,
to
I'm-
keep this one though.
no. She raises her hand and says, "Honestly,
need
I would be happy
You
if we
told me
never
after
saw
this
one
you
of
would
those
quit.
again."
I'm not. I said just a few more times.
Finn.
Um,
It'll be the death of me.
and at that point, Sarah Jane turns to you, Lisa, and says, "So you've been to Gallifrey?
I was born and raised there.
That's what I'm just checking." And then she just kind of looks at you like, "Okay." Finally understanding why you had her running those search parameters a few minutes ago, and she just doesn't say anything. She goes, "Okay."
I know you haven't had a great experience with Time Lords here on Earth, for the
well,
most part, but
Mixed, sort of mixed.
I
Mixed
always liked
experiences.
Earth myself.
I'm sorry?
I've always liked Earth myself.
We like it. It's has apples. Those are very yummy.
And cats. Cats are great.
Cat. Yes, I would agree.
We've all got quite a lot in common.
This is weird.
Shall we?
Oh yes.
Your plan
yes.
is very interesting, though. I'm glad I found
You basically just scan across the screen, the data screen in front of you.
But for the record, if we're in the TARDIS, the guns didn't come.
Wait, are we going to the TARDIS?
No, you haven't been to the TARDIS yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although you can go anytime you want now.
Okay.
So you're gonna. So you need to go there. That's right. You need to go there to actually.
Why would
read
I remind you of that? Whoa.
So you need to go there to read the data. What's that?
Do I have stitches yet? This is like later,
Yeah,
right?
you're
we
banished
rested.
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna take a while to get your points back.
Right.
But
like a
I
short
just
rest.
wasn't. I knew that was the intention. I just didn't know if it had happened yet.
yeah. We're just cutting scenes.
Yeah,
That's
Spend your
fine.
hit dice.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I was just.
Okay.
I thought that.
So as you all are approaching the front door of the TARDIS, Sarah Jane says, "Doctor, I hope you don't mind. I think I would like to wait out here. I don't know that I can actually step back inside the TARDIS again."
Well, you'd be very welcome, but
I know, and it would be exciting, but it was very hard to walk away from that.
she would be happy to see you. But not today, if you'd rather not.
Maybe not today.
If I could just ask you one favor. Anyone carrying guns, if they'd like to give them to Sarah Jane before entering the TARDIS, that would be lovely.
I just walked right in.
Finn, you have a Time Lord's laser rifle and your gun on you, and you, of course, Lisa, have two of your.
He has one.
Oh,
And I've got
you
a
have
gun.
one.
I know.
Everyone is
Do I
armed.
get-
Don't have
Can I
trouble
get
this
it back
way.
later?
Yeah.
All right.
Full disclosure, Doctor, just for old time's sake. She kind of looks around and leans forward and says, "You are giving Unit Time Lord weapons."
I'm giving you.
I don't know what you just said.
I don't
Message
either.
received. Message received.
I walk up to Sarah. You don't give my guns to anyone. Do you understand?
She kind of cocks her head and she says, "I'm sorry, who do you think we are exactly? This is not a fireworks stand. We don't hand out weapons. What do you mean? give
You
me
keep
guns?"
Darth
mean, you
in your
kinda handed it
basement
out to
under
us.
poor locks, and you don't let me even go in your mind.
Pardon
Hi.
me, she raises her finger. They were not poor locks, they were just locks incapable of holding the creator of the Daleks. And as an Earthling, I think we should get a pass on that.
If you can't take care of your things, you shouldn't have them.
He wasn't a thing, he was a prisoner that would have destroyed us had we not made a deal with him.
All I know is that when people are scared, they do stupid things. Like take guns that don't belong to them.
Or run through blast doors.
I said I was sorry. What do you want me to say?
All right, fine. Yes, no, we will not be giving your weapons to anyone. We will keep them sealed away in the Black Archive.
Thank you.
We'll get you a new gun, a bigger gun.
I'm sorry.
It's like the conversation of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
We'll get you a new ship.
A bigger one.
A bigger ship.
That one.
That one.
Aye, that one.
All right.
Lisa also hands over the guns and is basically like, what she said.
That little gun
Okay,
thing
the
really
guns are
confiscated.
confiscated.
I hold on to it for 1 second while she takes it away. And
The thing is you're handing the gun over, there's a sense of just like, these things are too damn quiet anyway.
Is it your Arma
Finn.
gun anyway?
Yeah, I'm not having her take her off.
The thing is, Finn,
No,
is
that
when
would
you
not be
hand that
okay.
thing over, you remember. It's the difference between driving a hybrid and a Mack truck. And it's like,
really?
that's the thing is like these weapons are incredibly efficient and powerful, but your gun's a goddamn cannon. And the preference that you have.
Oh, am I not?
No, I'm basically
You
describing why you're having an easier time letting go of the Time Lord's rifle as opposed to your
Yeah, no,
personalized.
I'm so not happy
Yeah.
about my.
So when you hand over the Time Lord's rifle, it's like,
It's
you know
like,
what? It's a
fine.
pretty gun and it's nice and shiny and crap, but it ain't this baby, which I guess the doctor is asking you to relinquish. So
I'm not asking you to take your arm off. We're
No,
clear
no,
on that,
but
right?
like it's not my arm.
Okay.
The force
yeah.
field is on.
Okay, so your weapons are confiscated. Sarah Jane says, just in case, if you could say goodbye now, Doctor. If you have to go, every time you step into your TARDIS, I don't know when you're coming back, and I can't stand it when you leave without saying goodbye.
I'll just tackle hug her.
She hugs you back, and it's almost like watching. You two are seeing the rest of you. You're seeing the oldest of friends embracing right now. Even in different universes and different realities, the bond between Sarah Jane and the Doctor is indescribable as the two of them hold each other for a long moment. and winds.
Things keep changing here, and I can't stop them. But you still be here when I get back, all right?
I will. And then she very abruptly turns, and it's not cold. It's like, don't look back, don't look back, don't look back kind of thing. She turns and she leads her people out. And almost like it's responding to your will, the doors of the TARDIS go and slam open. And you guys see the interior of the TARDIS waiting for you.
Kind of talking to the TARDIS. Take care of us and watch out for us.
Supposedly she's listening. Supposedly she's listening. Yep. And you guys enter the interior of the TARDIS. Been some upgrades since you last saw this thing.
Yes.
I feel naked.
Darling. Still haven't got my
Roko's like, stop that.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but it actually feels really good to be back in here, Doctor.
Welcome home.
You guys approach
It
the
sort of
console.
is.
Do you have a closet? Mine's a bit torn up right now.
Actually, yes, I could stand something a little more stylish.
I think we can come up with that.
You guys walk down into the depths of the TARDIS. At one point, you're walking down one of the hallways that looks like sort of an old-styled mansioned hallway.
Is that a swimming pool?
Well, yeah, it's a swimming pool, and you see Bargle. Bargle Bill coming out of the swimming pool with his towel, just like, yep. TARDIS has got a swimming pool.
Good to see you. How's Velik doing?
Well, there seems to be time-space disruptions inside your machine, so he's still asleep.
Right.
He talks in his sleep, though. Something about coming back and killing everyone in the glory of the blah, blah, blah.
Of course, yeah.
Yep.
What do you have on here?
Oh, you're new.
Yes,
Hi,
hello.
Bargle Bill. Pleasure to meet you. And then
Lisa.
Lisa, that's a good name. This
Thank you.
blue alien, it looks like it's just it's sort of bald. It almost looks like a Bolian. And it just kind of has like like almost workman's overalls on and whatnot, which, by the way, are soaking wet.
Good to see you again. I was dead last time.
What's that?
Good to see you again. I was
Hello.
dead last time. I got better.
So, what have you all been doing for the past 15, 20 minutes or so?
Oh, right. Bit of a lot has happened. We're gonna get these two some new clothes, and then we've got some secrets to discover.
Great. I'm just going to stay down here if you don't mind. It's kind of comfortable here. Kick me out whenever you want. I'm just looking after the Centauran to make sure he doesn't cause trouble.
I appreciate it.
No problem. It's
A lot
good.
of troublemakers around.
Centauran?
Yeah.
You'd like him.
Yeah, there's the name clicks.
Yes, I would.
We immediately made friends with Davros the Centauran and a mystery Time Lord.
And
It was very
You guys are
suspicious
evil,
of
I
someone
quit.
who calls themselves the Doctor and makes friends with the Centauran and Davros.
Okay, so
He's a
yeah.
librarian in his defense.
Just to skip ahead a bit, we'll say that you all find clothes,
Yeah.
get all suited up.
Lots of
I just
velvet.
want to see this
Lots of
message.
velvet. That's true. You get
Yes.
to you basically
Yeah,
get
what
to
do you
pull.
put on?
Yeah.
Like burgundy velvet, like frock coat, like silk blouse, leather pants, and really cool boots.
Atta girl.
I kind of want to keep my thing, the outfit I'm in, because Mickey gave it to me, so I kind of want to keep it on. Yeah.
Okay. You stay in your unit right
Yeah.
here, sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
My outfit?
Although
It
yeah.
might make me a target though, huh?
No, I mean if you take the bulletproof vest part off that says unit written across it, you might be okay.
Okay.
Sharpie.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, well, I definitely have some sort of pants with pockets. Lots of pockets for guns.
Cargo
weapons.
pants.
Not cargo pants.
Oh, good.
No. They're definitely like, no loose things, because then it's, you get caught and you
Yeah.
get grabbed, so it's very tight against the body. Sort of like, almost like motorcycle pants, but with like compartments for like
I'm just picturing the
guns
Terminator
and
2
things.
scene of you coming out of the bar and putting on the glasses and
Yeah.
putting a shotgun into your.
Yeah. I think I still have sort of a white billowy shirt like a pirate.
Yeah, there's something about those shirts that give you the ease, because in case
Yeah,
you ever need to
it's
sword
breezy.
fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you want the.
it's
Plus,
Plus the arm.
covers the arm. Your hand is kind of visible, but
Actually, I think we got like a lot of our clothes from the same area of the.
Yeah.
you guys went to a vintage clothing
We're
shop
teaming up
in the
on
Halloween
it.
section and just went nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, boots and some sort of coat.
All right, cool. Anybody else making changes?
I haven't taken damage, Mike.
All right.
I switched to a different
Battle
colored
scholar.
scarf.
A double-colored scarf?
A different colored scarf.
A different colored scarf? All right, cool. Ah, yes. It's almost like we're in mid-season Doctor Who now. Or like a new coat,
on a
new
different
something.
outfit.
All right, y'all get a little, pardon the pun, regenerated from your adventure, and reconvene at the data console of the TARDIS. You insert the sonic screwdriver into the.
Let's see what I had to say.
What's that?
Let's
yeah.
see what I had to say.
You see the data console, just you kind of pull it around and look at it. You see the Gallifreyan writing, and what comes up is coordinates coded in Gallifreyan. Your Sonic immediately decodes it. It's a time, a place, and like a location in 4 dimensions.
That's the message.
It's the holographic message looks like it's degraded somehow, but there's a coordinates listed.
And does that mean anything to me at all, the coordinates, or?
No, not what you were expecting.
Okay.
But it definitely looks like, as Time Lords, this looks like a triangulation somewhere in the universe, a specific point.
Specific
time
moment.
or place?
Time and place.
Yes.
It would have to be.
Okay.
And the complexity of it is written all in Gallifreyan, so anybody who's not a Time Lord can't
But
read
the
what's...
TARDIS has a universal thingy.
It does.
No. Oh.
Even for Gallifrey?
Huh?
Even for Gallifreyan?
Basically, the
translates
Doctor
Gallifreyan?
would have to tell the TARDIS to translate this for everyone to read.
Got it.
It's only being displayed right now in Gallifreyan
Yeah.
in its complexity. Doctor, if you did try to translate this, if it translated literally, it would display in a language that would just seem like nonsense. Technical language. However, the TARDIS can summarize, but
But all I'd be translating is it would say something like 45 degrees south of
it would
this
give
star, blah, blah,
it would
blah.
give
It wouldn't
units of
really-
measurement and
Yeah.
time measurement that are incomprehensible to the human mind, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but y'all, you can read it. The TARDIS can input it. TARDIS can triangulate it and go right where it is.
There were 2 elements of the message, a holograph and a location. The holograph is degraded. But we can go where it points us.
Can we try to recover any of the data from the degraded message, or?
It looks like it's irreparable, at least from this console. It might be that there's another part of the message. It's entirely possible that there's like a missing piece.
Oh, like a key.
Yeah.
I think we'd better go after it. Is there anyone who would rather stay?
Really like to have my guns back, but
Weapons might not be the worst idea.
it's fine. I'll find a weapon.
We always seem to, somehow.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
All right.
You're like, I can punch through a solid oak door if I need to.
I'm
Any
scared.
swords lying about?
Don't tend to keep them on hand. Thinking, wouldn't tell you if it did.
What if all of these rips swallow up the Ovakali while we're gone? Or Sarah Jane, or all of...
The only way I know how to stop that is to stop what's happening. And the only way I know to stop what's happening is to find out what's in the blanks. And the only way I know to do that is to follow these coordinates.
And what are we waiting for? I'd really like to remember everything, so the faster we get going.
Right. Shall we?
Let's.
You enter the coordinates. The TARDIS immediately inputs them and triangulates exactly where you're going, and you pull the switch. I don't think the audience can hear that.
No.
We've got a TARDIS sound effect here. You can hear it? Awesome.
Poor Sarah Jane.
Yes.
Lisa probably looks a little bit calmer now that she's in a familiar environment.
You guys, the TARDIS begins to reappear in the new location as you guys move through the time vortex, and then you hear that familiar just sort of as the arrival. And the pillar begins to stop spinning.
Shall I go first? Or would you like the honors?
You see up on the display what the exterior looks like. It just looks like, from what you can tell, it just looks like a wasteland and a horizon off in the distance. It looks very dark outside.
What planet?
Doesn't look familiar.
Nothing in the computers identify.
It looks like this planet has never been mapped before.
What in the world?
Which, as a Time Lord, is exciting.
New
Because there's plenty of those planets out there in the universe. This one has never, as far as you know, there's not in the database of anything that's been discovered before.
Interesting.
Right.
Can we breathe out there?
I was gonna say, yeah.
What are the atmospheric conditions?
It's livable. A bit cold.
Anybody need a coat? Shall we go someplace new?
Always.
Yes, there may be people.
All right. You step outside. As the door opens, you find yourself on a deserted planet. It is hauntingly beautiful, this planet. It is this empty wasteland. It looks like, I say wasteland, but what I mean is there's nothing but mountains and plains, and it's either there's no atmosphere on this planet or just you arrived in the middle of the night, but it looks like you're close to a star. So you see the brilliant night sky above your head with stars you've never seen before. There's this huge, it's just a vast horizon, an alien-looking world that's cast in a deep blue glow. Cillian, this is the kind of stuff that you've always dreamed about seeing in science fiction movies. But you all, and Finn, you've been to a bunch of worlds.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, you guys
Keep
step
forgetting
onto
that.
a hauntingly beautiful, alien, empty world.
We usually go places where things are trying to kill us.
Yeah,
so.
but this place apparently has been around for quite some time, and it's dead silent here. It's eerie, it's beautiful.
Could really use a few trees.
It has rock faces and canyons and just like, spiraling rockways that just sort of disappear off into the distance, and it's amazing when you
And
see
most
it. It's
importantly, no people.
no people.
It's heaven. It's
There
like
is-
paradise.
There is, however, about 100 feet from your location, a sight that kind of takes you aback. Everybody who sees it is immediately kind of stunned, shocked silent as you see the TARDIS leaning to its right with flickering lights on the inside. It looks like it's in terrible disarray. The bulb on the top has been destroyed. It looks like it's been bent over and like smattered. It looks like one of your older Mark TARDISes, but it's unmistakably your TARDIS. And it's leaning sort of towards on the side of a rock face, like it had a bad landing, if that was possible here. And you see it. It's almost like it's a neon light fighting to stay on, kind of thing.
I run for her.
Yeah, running.
I'm running.
You all just run right up to this thing, and as you approach, you see that it's not locked. It looks like one of the doors is slightly cracked open, and easy to just push inside. But it's definitely your TARDIS, one of the fewer Mark's TARDISes.
What's happened to you? Just getting any information I can as we go in.
It's been here for thousands of years.
Is this where it happened?
It's been here too long for this to be when you died.
We know nothing about. What do you know about what happened?
Nothing. Just that the doctor died.
Yeah, but we don't know when he died. No one can remember.
Who did it? How?
Can you get a more exact date of when this thing arrived here?
Let's see.
You push in the door.
Yeah.
You slowly push open the door, and inside you see the sort of earthy yellowed interior of the 10th Doctor's TARDIS. As the door just kind of folds open, you take the TARDIS is leaning slightly to the right, but as you step inside, immediately your center of gravity, you're now your world is normal, and it's the outside world that's crooked. So you kind of walk inside. It takes you a moment to adjust, but yeah, it's the old TARDIS, the one that you were in before you saved Gallifrey back in your universe. You don't even have to roll. You've traveled in the TARDIS for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. whatever happened, this TARDIS is dying. And as you know, when TARDISes die, there's actually a graveyard that they go to. This one seems to have been purposely holding out. But this TARDIS, this version of this universe's TARDIS is basically, as an organic description, it's barely breathing. Like, it's been fighting to stay alive.
His last message, I told you where to find. I told me where to find you.
Is there any more of the message here?
As you're all walking inside and looking around, Cillian, this doesn't look anything like the other TARDIS, and the two of you too. Like, you've seen the TARDIS before. This one looks like it's. All of you kind of get this feeling that you're inside of a dying creature right now. There's a consciousness inside that is ancient and wise and compassionate and all the things that the TARDIS is, and it's in the death process at the moment.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're basically your closest friend, and this incarnation version is passing away, but it looks like it's lingered. And as you approach the center console, some of the power feeds into the central unit, and you see the console go turns on as you approach.
Hello there.
And then you see data come across the screen in sort of static, and it's the missing piece of the code.
Thank you, old friend.
All right, you load the thing in, it immediately activates, and you see your Sonic lights up the console, and you see, and then you see the 10th Doctor, a hologram of him standing there, looking quite disheveled. And now I shall read the message. It says, well, here I am. And then it goes static. So many of these I've before. But it's happened for real this time. I'm dead. Or I should be, if getting this message. This is my final hand to play. No more tricks up my sleeve. Just an SOS. I tried to do right by this universe. I tried to take care of it. I failed. All of time and space has started to break down. Something is using paradox energies to manipulate the time stream. It's literally rewriting the makeup of reality. I've anything like it. It's only a matter of time before everything's torn apart. I was trying to find the source locations. There seem to be 3 where but Gallifrey and I had to change plans. Temporal Guard are everywhere now. My true. The Council of Gallifrey and President. It's the Council in. There's going to be a civil war. Another war. There's always war. Has to be stopped. The paradox will annihilate all of time and space. I've left what findings I have in the database of my TARDIS, and I've managed to find a way these tears in space and time using the paradox energy's residual to trace the flow like breadcrumbs being dropped across the universe. I know the location of 1. There are 2 more, but unfortunately the temporal me. And now I'm out of options. They'll be here any minute now, so I'm sending my TARDIS away, like a message in a bottle. Whoever's seeing this, I have to believe it's someone who can do something. I have to believe that it's someone who can stop this. Everything I've done all my lives has been to everyone I've ever loved, ever lost, everything anyone has ever done. It will all unravel and be for nothing. Moments will have never existed. This universe will simply go mad and then blink out of existence as though it never were. So I guess you have 2 choices then. You can stop this, you will stop this, or you can't, and you won't. And if you won't, then go back to wherever you came from and spend as much time as you can with whatever matters to you. Goodbye. The message ends. And you see bleep, 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 coordinates pop up.
One
Of-
set, 2 sets, 3 sets.
1. It's a location of a very large rip in space-time, one of the biggest ones that whoever created it or however got there, apparently he tracked it. There's 3, according to the message, and he's found one of them.
I'm sorry, but the world has a doctor again.
You see the TARDIS's command console. It feeds the data into your sonic screwdriver, and then it begins to. And you start hearing the sounds of a dying TARDIS begin to power up to leave.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
I could probably pat the console or something.
You give the old girl a pat. Yeah. After everything she's been through.
Go. You did it. You sent the message. Let's get out of here.
You guys step out of the TARDIS as this TARDIS very weakly begins to sort of blink in and out of existence for a second until she disappears forever. Just fades away. And the rest of you are standing on this planet by yourselves, and you're looking down at this sonic screwdriver with the coordinates of this
I
tear.
pick up a local rock and place it as a grave marker where the TARDIS was.
Okay. And that is where we're going to leave off. Today's episode. Yeah. Well done. Incredibly unfortunate roles for the TGs.
Yeah.
I was expecting this whole.
Magnificent.
I was expecting this whole session to be combat, but because of the fight that was about to break out.
That's not
But,
how
Good
my
job,
girl
you crazy
do.
person. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But then they
Nice
went
out of the
I
spooky.
did almost nothing. I just let them not hit me and then
Yeah.
blow themselves up.
Well, but you did that part magnificently.
Thank you.
I'm very glad you're alive.
So more of the plot has unfolded. The other doctor was on the case, apparently also trying to track down these tears in space-time. Although a confirmation of what you suspected, Doctor, that paradox energies are ripping the universe apart. Something is harnessing them, or at least manipulating them or using them
And it
to
does sound as
rewrite.
if it started before. Time is weird, obviously, but like something more is going on than just the tears that we've been finding caused by us getting here. Like there's like
Well, there's a danger in thinking linearly.
right.
But yeah, essentially, whatever happened caused a splashing effect throughout time and space, and
But I know all of this did happen after the war with the Daleks, so which is technically when you came from.
Sort of.
oh man, we're getting into timey-wimey stuff now.
Yeah.
Ready for your brains
That's
to
a big
explode.
old oof.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, thanks. That was a great game today. Well done, everybody. Fantastic RP on everyone's part. I want to thank Mr. Martinez again
Yes.
for our wicked
Oh, this
awesome.
is magnificent.
Thank you so much.
Tremendous.
Now wait a minute. Next game, as we close out here, what's the date on the next game? It is the 3rd. The 3rd, we are not going to have our doctor. Amy is going to be out for the 3rd, so we'll have to figure something out.
Emerald City Comic Con.
Yeah, Amy is going to be at Emerald City Comic Con, you guys.
Say
so
hello to Seattle for me. It's my first year in like 4 years. I'm not making it.
I've
I've never been. I always wanted to go.
Oh, it's one of my favorite conventions. It's
I love
great.
Seattle. Yeah, so we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll do a one-off. Maybe we'll figure, who knows? We'll figure it out. Tune in next Friday and we'll see what happens. But until then, thank you, and we'll see you guys next time. Stay whimsical. Yeah.
Yeah.